From Wesley Barrow Stadium at the MLB Youth Academy New Orleans, Crescent City Sports is proud to bring you high school baseball. Tonight it's a Game 2 version of a District 9 5A series between the Holy Cross Tigers and the St. Augustine Purple Knights. And a pleasant good evening to you, Ken Trahan, on a pleasant windy evening in Gentilly on the lakefront as St. Augustine and Holy Cross conclude their two-game series in District 9 5A. It has been a good series over the years and had a good game in Game 1 of this series, which was played a couple of nights ago. And the St. Augustine Purple Knights defeated Holy Cross by the score of 8-6. Tulane and Archbishop Rummel Hall of Famer Kenny Forsang joining me on the call tonight. Kenny, it's great to have you with us.
Well, Ken, it's great to be here. Looking forward to a great game in this series. And, of course, as usual, just a typical Catholic League game. You never know who's going to come out on top. Well,
you look at these two teams, and they both had very good seasons. As mentioned, St. Augustine won the first matchup between the two teams, winning by the score of 8-6 just a couple of nights ago. St. Aug stole 6 bases in 1 inning in that game in the third inning, and that proved to be a big difference maker in the game. St. Augustine will run very, very consistently and very successfully as well. It's one of the things they do, but they have better arms this year, and that's been unquestionably a big part of the success that they have. And the Purple Knights have a Tulane signee in Bryce Robinson, his younger brother Dylan Robinson, really good. Kenyon Hughes, outstanding for the Purple Knights. And you go down the lineup, and they've just got good hitters across the board. Aiden Castillo, a veteran catcher and a real leader on the St. Augustine team. And for Holy Cross, Dom Pellegrin's had an incredible year. The Tulane commit, hitting .493 coming in, has been phenomenal, maybe the best player in this league. Will Andrade, who's on the mound tonight, is tremendous, and he's a good hitter as well. So, this Holy Cross team, right now, Kenny, Holy Cross is second in the power rankings. We'll get to that in a moment. But first up, let's take a look at the standings in District 9 5A as we speak. And you find Brother Martin at the top of the heap in this classification right now, and the Crusaders have certainly been that good. They've only lost 1 game in the league thus far, and of course they're in first place. And then you got Archbishop Rummel in second right now, and then you go down the list, and it's a quagmire of teams that are really good. St. Augustine is right there, and clearly a team that is going to be very tough down the road. And then you've got Jesuit, you've got of course Holy Cross at 4-4 in the league. The only 4 losses Holy Cross has are in the league, Kenny. If you look at those standings, I mean, it's pretty obvious that this is a very tough league.
Well, I mean, again, I hate to sound ridiculous, but it's like the SEC, where every game is important. I'm watching, St. Aug is 17-9, 5-3 in district. Holy Cross, 20-4. Again, like you said, the only 4 losses coming into the is in district. And again, it prepares any one of these teams or any 4 or 5 of these teams to get into the playoffs that they're ready to play whoever. Because, this league is as good as any, if not better than most.
Then, of course, when you consider the district standings, there comes maybe what's even more important, the power rankings statewide. When you take a look at Division I Select, and when you look at the power rankings in Division I Select, it doesn't take long to call the roll to find Holy Cross, because the Tigers are currently second in the power rankings with their 20-4 mark. Now consider that Holy Cross started the season 17-0, and that's why it put them in a great position to be number 2 in the power rankings, behind, of course, the 2-time defending state champion Catholic Bears of Baton Rouge. And then St. Augustine is in a good position too, based upon what the Purple Knights have done. But when you look at the power rankings, you see a lot of teams that have really good positions in the power rankings right now. All of them are going to make the playoffs, including John Curtis, along with St. Augustine, Rummel, Jesuit, Holy Cross, Brother Martin. Again, very good programs, and no doubt you're going to see those teams playing in the postseason. Well, lights are on here at Wesley Barrow. Really nice facility here. The Youth Academy here, sponsored by Major League Baseball. Thanks to Eddie Davis, my friend, who set us up here tonight in great position. Right behind home plate, see everything beautifully. And we've got the perfect view for what should be a great game tonight. With that, coaches meeting at home plate, so let's give you the starting lineups for this evening's game. First of all, for the visiting Holy Cross Tigers, 20-4, 4-4 on the season, under the direction of a first-year head coach, and a terrific one at that. And that is Cal Benura, a very familiar name. Leading off for Holy Cross will be the center fielder, Chris Sirkovich. Greg Ruiz bats second in right field. It's Tom Pellegrin, the shortstop, hitting third. Will Andrade is the pitcher and designated hitter, batting fourth. Ryder Plancher, the second baseman, hits fifth. Rue Guerra at first base, batting sixth. Mark Robert in left field will hit seventh. Colin Talent at third base bats eighth. Colton Garrett's the catcher, will hit ninth. Sirkovich, Ruiz, and Pellegrin. Andrade, Plancher, and Guerra. Robert, Talent, and Garrett's for the Tigers. For the Purple Knights of St. Augustine, under the direction of Baron Ray. Leading off will be the shortstop, Kenyon Hughes. It's Bryce Robinson at third base, hitting second. Aiden Castillo, the catcher, will bat third. Jaden Jackson, the cleanup hitter, is the left fielder. Mackay McCullum at first base, bats fifth. Derek Mercadell, the DH, hits sixth, batting seventh. In right field, Zach Thornton. Hitting eighth, the second baseman is Dylan Robinson. And batting ninth, and pitching will be C.J. Cornelius. Playing center field, not batting, is Kellen Thompson. Top three of Hughes, Bryce Robinson and Castillo. Middle three, Jackson, McCullum, and Mercadell. Bottom three, Thornton, Dylan Robinson, and Cornelius, with Thompson playing center field for the Purple Knights here this evening. And, of course, when you think about this ballpark, you think about a college ballpark. It is a very fair ballpark, turf field. 325 down the lines. It's 365 to the gaps, 390 to center field, and it plays like a college facility. It plays true, Kenny. It's a true test of skill here.
Absolutely, and of course, the wind looks like it's blowing straight in, so it's even going to play bigger tonight.
Well, the Holy Cross lineup being introduced. Holy Cross will be in their navy blue jerseys with the old gold numerals, white pants, and the navy blue caps. St. Augustine will be wearing their purple jerseys tonight, yellow gold numerals, white pants, and they have their purple caps with the yellow gold stripes on them, so you got both teams wearing the darker flavors here tonight, but we can distinguish them very well. So should be good tonight. Weather conditions, well, the weather conditions are pretty good. It is partly cloudy. The temperature is 76 degrees. The wind is a factor. It's out of the south-southeast, blowing in and across toward left. Right now at 14 miles, actually 16 miles an hour, 16 miles an hour as we speak, and gusting to 20. So the wind is a factor. We'll watch that with fly balls and how they play here in this ballpark this evening as the Purple Knights are taking to the field, being introduced position by position. So now fans being asked to stand and doff their caps will have the playing of our national anthem.
Thank you.
Along with Kenny for saying, I'm Ken Trahan. As we get set for baseball here this evening, the Purple Knights are in the field. The outfield, the lineman is Jackson in left, Thompson in center, Thornton is in right, Bryce Robinson at third, Hughes at short. It's Dylan Robinson at second and McCollum at first, with Castillo doing the catching. And on the mound for the Purple Knights tonight will be C.J. Cornelius. So Cornelius getting ready to take his warm-up tosses, getting Castillo's gear taken care of, the catcher, before they can start these warm-ups to get this game started. But taking a look at C.J. Cornelius on the season, he's made 9 appearances, 4 have been starts. The record is 1-1, and the earned run average is 3.85. In 23 2/3 innings, Cornelius has allowed 22 runs, 13 of which are earned, 17 hits, So that's a good ratio to innings pitched. 17 walks, a bit high, but 26 strikeouts and 7 hit batters. So clearly the issue for Cornelius is command. And if he has command, he'll be fine. Got to stay away from the base on balls and the hit batsman. That's the key here tonight.
Well, that's the whole key. That's the whole key. You got to come out and throw strikes. If you don't throw strikes against good teams, walks leads to errors. Errors lead to walks, and it's a catch-22. It's very important for the pitchers to come out and throw strikes and put the ball in play. Let their guys make plays.
Without a doubt. Told you about the weather. Lights are taking effect already. No shadows to speak of, which is good for hitters. And a good crowd is forming here at Wesley Barrow here this evening. And again, we thank Eddie Davis for setting us up in great shape here tonight. We deeply appreciate Eddie. And I want to give thanks right off the top to our friends at Holy Cross, including Mr. Fleetwood and Sirio, Mr. Kirkwood, our head coach Calvinora, and at St. Augustine to our dear friends. We thank all of them, Austin Taylor, Ryan Sims, Baird Ray, everyone that allows us to be here and do this for you here this evening. Always free at CrescentCitySports.com. We're set for baseball. Leading it off for the Tigers is Chris Cirkovich. 324 hitter, no homers, and 6 driven in. And the first pitch of the ball game is on the way. Fastball swung on and missed. First pitch at 6:31.
He went up and in on him and chased it a little bit, but a good pitch. Ball ran in, had a lot of movement.
0-1 pitch. Oop. And he almost hit him, and he did. He brushed him. So, good start for the Tigers. We talked about hit batsmen, and right out of the box, you get one. That's the 8th hit batter by Cornelius.
That's right. So now he's put himself in a little bit of a hole right off the bat. Second pitch. Got to make the play. Got to make the batters put the ball in play. That's the whole name of the game. When you can do that.
Cirkovich with 15 stolen bases and only caught stealing once. Watch him. Here's Ruiz. Cornelius from the belt to the plate, and the fastball is swung on and popped up into center field. Should be handled. Thompson coasting under it. Makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out there. So Ruiz goes down quickly. Greg Ruiz. And now you get Dom Pellegrin, a brilliantly talented shortstop. Tulane commit having a phenomenal year. 493, 4 home runs, 28 RBIs for Dom. That's about as good as you can get, right?
Oh, absolutely. He's been about a 9-year starter, it seems like. He's and a great kid, great player, and I'm so happy he's going with the wave.
Tapper foul right side. It's 0-1 to Pellegrin. Off-speed pitch there.
Yeah, that's the first breaking pitch we've seen.
No balls in the strike. Pellegrin waits, bat held high. Cornelius with a check of the runner. Longer look, the pitch. And that's a good breaking ball for a strike called, and it's 0-2. Showed a pretty sharp hook there.
Very good curveball, and I really like what he's doing. He's varying his time, the home plate. He's doing a real good job keeping that runner close.
No balls, 2 strikes. Ready the pitch. Runner goes. Pitch is high. The throw down is a good one. And he is out at second base. Quick release by Castillo. Picked by Robinson. Dillon slaps the tag on Cirkovich. 2-4 put out for out number 2.
That's a nice throw, but a catcher did a good job of getting the ball out of his glove, and it didn't go all the way, but on this turf, it'll skip a little bit, and got there and got the runner.
A ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. And he struck him out looking, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, nobody left for Holy Cross in the top of the first, and the Purple Knights come the bat in the bottom half with no score. So started off good for Holy Cross, but ended very well for St. Aug there.
Yes, a couple of great defensive play, and then 2 fly out the center and a strikeout. Got out of there with about 10 or 11 pitches, and that's the name of the game.
So the Tigers will take to the field in the bottom of the first. Robert in left, Cirkovich center, Ruiz in right. It's Talent third, Pellegrin short, Blanchard second, and Guerra first. Garretts does the catching. On the mound is the ace and terrific pitcher in Will Andrade. Well, Andrade has been absolute nails this year for this team. 10 games, all starts. He's 9-1 with a 1.74 earned run average. He's been dominant. 52 in the third innings 17 runs, 13 earned, only 24 hits in the 52 and a third innings. He's walked 26, struck out 72. And his whip is 0.95, which is tremendous. So he is a dominant pitcher. He can reach 90 with his fastball. He's got the breaking ball. Cal Benur has done a great job. His dad, Kenny Benur, has done a terrific job as his pitching coach. Not bad to have Dad coaching with you. Man, that's a good staff, right?
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's a real deal. Outstanding. So good stuff. Having the Benur clan together, working that. So here in the bottom of the first, it will be Hughes, Bryce Robinson, and Aiden Castillo for the Purple Knights. Again, Kenny, in this league, these games are always a blast. I mean, you've got good team after good team, good coach after good coach, right?
Well, and it's across the board. I mean, Warren, Easton, and Carr would probably be 500 teams or better in any other league, and they're struggling to win a game, in this district. And, it's really on any given night, any team can win. And that's what makes it such a great league, particularly in baseball. I mean, it is just amazing how even these teams are, and it just depends on who's playing well on the night they play one another. And then the other thing is you can throw records out. Records don't matter when they play one another. When Judson, Rummel play, when Holy Cross plays Brother Martin, just throw the records out. It doesn't matter.
Kenyon Hughes will lead it off, the outstanding shortstop of the Purple Knights. He can hit, he can run, he can field. Other than that, there's nothing to like. Hughes, left-handed hitter at .382 with a homer, 23 RBI. Just a good player. Seen him play on several occasions, and he'll stand in against Andrade, and you'll see the power pitching here pretty early on from Andrade, who kicks and he deals. There's that fastball, and it's over but high for ball one.
Good movement on that, and obviously he can bunt because the third baseman is in on, I can't see in on the grass anymore.
He's on the turf.
He's on the green.
There's a good fastball for a strike call to even the count at 1-1. Andrade with the defense playing straight up behind him. Third baseman cheating in. Ditto at first with Guerra. And now the 1-1 is high, and it's 2-1. Kind of fell off balance a little bit there.
Yeah.
With that delivery.
Sometime when you get pumped up and you're ready to go and you really want to do well, you overthrow sometime. And I think on that pitch right there, he just overthrew.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. That is low, and now it's 3-1. So you don't want to put Hughes on in the way he runs, but not just him, but this whole team. They run and run extremely well.
Well, I mean, 6 stolen bases in an inning the other night. That's unheard of.
Against a good catcher. 3-1. That is ball 4 low. So Hughes is on with a leadoff walk and a really good start for the Purple Knights. That will get the Tulane signee Bryce Robinson to the plate for the Purple Knights. Robinson hitting at .343, no homers and 21 RBI for Bryce. And now Hughes at first, and he'll distract Andrade, no doubt, and will try to hold him on. Kenyon Hughes with 31 steals in 31 attempts. He has not been thrown out all year long. There he bluffs and doesn't go, and a good breaking ball. Andrade snaps one off for a strike call.
And that probably would have been the pitch to run on since it was an off-speed pitch.
Quick delivery, though, from Andrade.
Yes.
1-1 the count. Hughes with a lead. He is going and stops again, and there's another strike call. So that's the other thing. The hitter taking pitches, trying to allow the runner to go, has not. Now it's 0-2.
Now he's got to do something to protect the plate, put the ball in play just to advance the runner.
On 0-2. There goes the runner. Got an incredible jump and a chopper left side to third. Play will be to first, and getting his man is Talent. So a productive out, starting the runner. Hughes gets to second with 1 out.
Well, he actually left a little bit early on that, and fortunately it was to his advantage. But had Andre decided to throw over to first base, he would have been able to nail him because he left about a second too early, and if he throws over there, he's picked off.
So 1 gone. Runner second. Aiden Castillo to the plate. The veteran catcher, 200, no homers, 15 driven in. Check of the runner. Long look in the pitch and a chopper foul. You have to watch him at second base. He's just as apt to steal third as he is second.
No question. No question, and that's why the pitchers have got to do a good job of holding them on. Look to home, look to second, look back to home, look back to second, home, go back to second, step off. They have to do a real good job of holding him on and making him guess as to what you're going to do.
Steps off.
Right. He does a reverse move there, and just to let him know he's got it.
I'm here. I'm paying attention. I know you're there. Don't go anywhere. Andrade is ready. Longer look. There he goes and stops, and a breaking ball is down and out. Man, he drive you nuts out there.
Well, I mean, that's what I love about watching St. Aug play, watching Curtis play, watching Brother Martin play. They do such a great job on running the bases, and you never know when they're going and when they're not going.
1-1 on Castillo. There goes the runner. Great jump. Pitches high. They'll never get him. Way too big of a jump. Kenyon Hughes is now 32 for 32 on the year. And I mean, he got a running start.
Well, that's he stole that off the pitcher. You got to do a better job of making that guy stop. You cannot get a running lead or a walking lead to go to third base, particularly with his speed.
So now a runner third, 2-1 count. There's a fast strike, and it's 2-2 now to Castillo. Andrade wants the strikeout. Castillo wants to put it in play. Infield is back up the middle. They'll concede the run if Castillo can hit the ball in that direction. They're in on the corners.
Yeah, it's still early in the ball game. You don't want your middle infielders
2-2. In. Swing a line drive, base hit down the right field line, and St. Augustine takes the early lead. Castillo with a line drive single drives in. Kenyon Hughes, Purple Knights up 1-0.
Great play by that right fielder to keep that to a hard single. Did a great job of getting over and made a great throw to second base. But that's a good piece of hitting. The ball was to the outside part of the plate, and he just punched it to right field.
Rashad Nance is going to run at first base for the catcher. So Nance, a courtesy runner. And now you get Jaden Jackson, another really good player and hitter at 360 on the year. He's driven in 24 runs on the season. Jackson waiting to stand in.
It really goes to show you how you can't walk that leadoff hitter.
Courtesy runner is Nance. Stretch pitch. Fastball fouled back. Good cut by Jackson. Yeah, leadoff walk, especially against the best base runner, really created a problem for the Tigers. 1-1 to Jackson. The pitch. Swinging a chopper foul. It's 0-2. Breaking ball broke in on him. So quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. Andrade ahead. Nance at first, 4 steals in as many attempts. St. Augustine has stolen 147 bases.
Wow.
And 161 attempts. Phenomenal percentage. 0-2, throw to first, lob throw. As Guerra holds Nance.
Now, that was not his good move. I'm sure he's got a better move than that to go to first base.
0-2. Over but low, and it's 1-2. So far, St. Augustine hitters doing a good job of commanding the strike zone and not going out of the zone with some of these pitches, which have been pretty close, but just out of the zone.
Yes, they've done a good job of swinging at strikes.
1-2, runner goes, and a swing and a foul. So we'll do it again. And a ball and 2 strikes. 1-0. Purple Knights here in the bottom of the first inning. Check and the pitch. Breaking ball, swinging a fly ball left side, slicing toward the line. Left fielder there, making the catch in fair territory is Robert. Out number 1, Nance, who was moving on the play, returns to first. And that is actually out number 2. There's 2 outs in the inning. And Mekhi McCollum will bat. McCollum, big right-handed hitter.
And I'll tell you, you really saw the effect of the wind on that. The ball started directly at the left fielder and probably took him 30, 40 feet toward the foul line.
259 hitter, no homers, and 16 driven in is McCollum. Check out the runner, see if he wants to run now. You would think he would with 2 outs. Runner back. Nance.
And a lot of coaches, you have nothing to lose here trying to steal second base with 2 outs.
Pitch, swing and a miss, good hook. Best breaking ball he's thrown, it's 0-1.
Yes, good breaking pitch.
Here's the 0-1. Another good hook. And where's that? Called a ball. I'm not sure where that was.
Well, I think he started to call it a strike, and I saw him pull his hand back.
Okay, 1-1 the count. Awfully good-looking pitch.
See some of the Brother Martin folks here tonight in uniform coming to watch this game.
Throw to first, runner back. Check again. Pitch. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second. We'll never get him. Another stolen base. Oh, he called him out on a swipe tag on the backside. Runner was past him, but what a tag made on the come across by Pelgrin. That's a great play to get the out at second base. Nance retired, so they catch him stealing. 1 run scores on the inning on 1 hit. Nobody left. So after 1, it's St. Augustine leading Holy Cross by the score of 1-0. That's a heck of a swipe tag there.
And that was outstanding. And you know, most players who just quit on that. They're like, oh, we didn't get him. You know, I'm 2 or 3 feet in front of the base. But he did a great job of just catching the ball on all-in-one motion, going back and making a swipe tag. Caught him on the bottom part of his leg before he got to the base.
Just an outstanding job to get the out and to get out of the inning in the process. So we head to the second of a 1-0 game with the Purple Knights on top of the Tigers. Along with Kenny Forseng, I'm Ken Trahan from Wesley Barrow Stadium here on the lakefront in Gentilly. Back to the mound with the 1-run lead is C.J. Cornelius. Cornelius only threw 6 pitches in the first inning. 5 were strikes. He hit a batter and had a strikeout.
Yeah, did a great job. Put the ball in play and it made some great pitches to Pelham. A couple of good breaking pitches, and then had a fastball that backdoored coming in from right off the plate and caught the corner.
So on to the second inning, and Will Andrade will get it started. Andrade will try to help his own cause here. Ryder Blanchard and Rube Guerin to follow for the Tigers here in the second inning. Here's Andrade from the left side. At 293, a homer and 16 driven in. First pitch from Cornelius is over but low, ball 1. So far, the zone looks a little tight behind the plate. Both sides, 1-0. Pitch on the way. Swinging a foul, it's 1-1.
Well, it's like I've said many times, you know, I'm not worried about how tight a strike zone is, how wide it is, but if a pitch is a strike the first inning, it's got to be that same strike in the last inning.
Consistency.
You know,
all you're looking for is consistency.
Right. And if I'm a pitcher and I know he's going to call it a strike there, I got to throw it there.
1-1 the count, and the next on the way. And a fastball beat up the middle. Tough chance. Second baseman ranges back. Cans throws across the body. Won't get him. Base hit. Andrade singles to start the second for Holy Cross. As Dylan Robinson did all he could going up the middle. He couldn't get enough on that throw.
Did a great job of getting there, but like you said, he was a little bit off balance and just could not get enough on the throw. And Andre was able to get down the line and beat it out.
Well, you mentioned Brother Martin players here. They have already defeated Warren Easton 16-0 today. That's why they're here. Finished their game, remaining in first place in District 9 5A. They came out here to watch this one. They play St. Augustine next, starting tomorrow. That's why they're here. Here's Ryder Blanchard with the runner first, nobody out. The pitch and a breaking ball. Again, these are very close pitches. Called a ball. It's 1-0.
Yeah, I know the feeling when the umpire's not giving you that good breaking pitch.
143 hitter, 8 driven in. 1-0. That is over but high. It's 2-0. So right now, you got to throw it down the middle pretty much. I mean,
got to put it in
not
play.
Getting the corners, not getting the inside pitch there.
And, you know, that sometimes makes for some high-scoring games when you have to do that.
2-0 the count. Very long look. The pitch. That is a strike with a fastball, and it's 2-1.
And just that variance of how long he holds the ball will keep that runner on base.
On 2-1. Swing and a drive into left field. That's a base hit. Left fielder over to get it. Runner around second. He's going to check in there, and here come the Tigers. First and second with nobody out with back-to-back singles. Blanchard drills a single to left.
First baseman, number 7, Rule Guerra.
And now Rule Guerra, and we'll see how Cal Benora plays it. With first and second, nobody out. Guerra, 206 hitter, a homer, and 7 driven in. See if they have bunt in mind here. Early in the game, down 1.
Well, it really depends on how much confidence you got in your next hitter as to whether you bunt here or not.
Agreed. Check, pitch, gonna swing, takes a fast strike, it's 0-1.
Now, I don't know if that pitch had been called to strike the whole game so far.
That was a good pitch, 0-1 the count. Long look, and another. Breaking ball popped foul, out of play. And quickly, Cornelius ahead of Guerra, no balls and 2 strikes.
Well, a lot of old-timers would say that they messed up, they should have bunted him over, but, we're still early in the ball game. Early in the ball game like this, you got to play for big innings.
Agreed. Long look, and the 0-2. Fastball pop foul, out of play again. Battling, staying alive. Ruggiero. Both teams stacking up the district games. St. Augustine, Brother Martin tomorrow. Holy Cross, Rummel tomorrow. 0-2 the count. Long look and another. That was way high and inside. It's 1-2.
Nothing wrong with that pitch there, 0-2. Trying to get him to chase. The ball up in the strike zone is the one that's easy to see, and that's why a lot of guys chase that pitch.
1-2 the count. Check on the runners. And the next pitch from Cornelius is a swing and a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop can't get it. Knocks it down, though. It's another infield hit, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. Kenyon Hughes saved a run by knocking that ball down.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. He dove and just got a glove on the ball to keep that ball from going all the way to center field, and it held the runner to third base. So the Tigers have bases loaded, nobody out.
And a big opportunity for Mark Robert, the left fielder, at 204 with 8 RBI on the season. Did a really good job of hitting on behind in the count 1-2 by Guerin.
No question. Did a great job of putting the ball in play.
Swinging a foul back as Robert went up hacking. It's 0-1. Tigers with a big opportunity here with the bases loaded and nobody out. At the top of the second inning, trailing 1-0 to the Purple Knights.
A couple of great plays by our 2 shortstops already tonight.
Here it is. Swing and a miss. Good biter there. And it's 0-2.
Nice pitch.
No balls and 2 strikes. Steps off. Walks to the side of the hill. Trying to collect himself, collect his thoughts, stay calm. Cornelius getting the sign from Castillo again. And stretching. And pitching. And he just missed the outside edge. Good 0-2 pitch. Didn't get a swing, didn't get a call, and it's 1-2.
And I see first and third. Third's even with the bag. First is in a little bit. That tells me that on a ball hit hard at them, they're going to go to the plate and try and get a double play that way.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a line drive hit into the gap in right center field. One runner's going to score. Second runner for the plate. He will score. And it's a 2-1 lead for Holy Cross. The Tigers with 4 consecutive hits here in the second. And 2 of the hits, the last 2, with 2 strikes.
Correct. Did a good job. That's putting the ball in play.
And now Colin Tallett to the plate, the third baseman. As he'll stand in. First, a conversation at the mound taking place. 172 hitter. The talent, 7 RBI on the season.
Now here's the question: do you try and bunt the runner at first to second base here to get 2 in scoring position?
Yeah, nobody out. Haven't done it yet, but
Right.
You're in the 8-hole now. Runners lead from the corners with nobody out. And the pitch, and that's a fast strike. It's 0-1.
Doing a good job of throwing strikes. Holy Cross was just a good job of swinging and putting a couple of balls in play.
0-1 the count. Runner goes from first. The throw through. They cut it off. Stolen base. Robert steals second, which was a ball. It's 1-1. Now you have 2 runners in scoring position with no one out.
Or instead of bunting, you could steal second base. That's just as good.
One and one the count. And that's dipped low, and it's 2-1.
He's not missing that pitch by much with his curveball, I can tell you. He's been around the plate with everything. He let a couple of fastballs run in on the hitters. One hit him. But other than that, he's done a great job of throwing the ball.
The 2-1, and that's way outside and low, and it's 3-1.
Then as I say that, he throws the ball a foot outside.
3 balls and a strike.
I put the gree-gree on him.
I hear you. 3-1, runners second and third. Infield is in. The pitch from Cornelius, and a line smash to third is caught by the third baseman on a hop. Got a runner on a run down, but he throws it away. Runner's going to score. Everybody advances, and the Holy Cross Tigers have increased the lead to 3-1. Well, he made a really nice pick on the play. Bryce Robinson, his throw didn't look bad, but the catcher couldn't handle it. It got by, and that allows a run to score and everybody else to move up to second and third.
Right, and unfortunately, the other players didn't have time to come get the home plate and back up the catcher on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't see what really happened, but it looked like the ball was a little bit low, and he either caught it, and when he went to pull it up, came out of his glove and rolled all the way back to the screen. But what a tough break for the Knights.
Oh, it's an error.
Because that's a great play by that third baseman.
Yeah. So the error allows the run to score. Now Holy Cross has a crooked number that could get even bigger here with nobody out. Sparrett Ray visits the mound, and the Tigers are in command 3-1 and counting here in the second inning. And Colton Garrett's will be the hitter when play resumes. As the Purple Knights find themselves in a real hole here. Keep in mind they're facing really one of the 2 best pitchers in this league in Andrade.
Well, and I'm sure Coach just now went out to the mound and just kind of went out to calm his guys down, keep their composure. You know, we're only down 2 right now. Let's don't give up anymore.
So we're ready to roll here with Colton Garrett's the catcher. 226-11 driven in. Second and third, still nobody out. And Cornelius taking a lot of time. Delivers down and out with a breaking ball. A ball and no strikes. Ready with the 1-0. Swing and a fly ball hit pretty well to left center field. Center fielder over and makes the catch. Tagging from third and scoring is Robert, the second runner to third. It's a sac fly. Everybody moves up, and the Tigers now lead it 4-1. Colton Garrett drives it a good distance and gets the RBI, his 12th of the season.
And let me tell you, that's good base running right there, because most guys at second base would have been halfway on that play. But he saw that the ball was carrying to deep left center field. He went back and tagged and was able to advance to third base.
Runner third, still only 1 out. Flip the lineup here. Sirkovich Hit by pitch his first time. Takes a fast strike. It's 0-1.
First base and third base are in. Second base and shortstop are halfway.
Cornelius really taking time. It's been a struggle in this inning for sure.
He's thrown strikes and made him put it in play.
Ready to work now with the runner third. And pitches. And a swing and a fly ball. First base side should be handled in foul territory. McCollum makes the catch. That's a big out. Out number 2 because it keeps the runner at third. And that gets Greg Ruiz to the plate. Ruiz flew out to center field on the first pitch he saw back in the first inning.
So Holy Cross has put together 2 infield hits and 2 solid hits to the outfield to get runners across along with a big error.
Chopper up the middle. Pitcher, nice play. Cornelius guns the first for the out. And the inning is over. But a big inning for Holy Cross. 8 men come to bat. 4 runs cross the plate on 4 hits with an error. And the Tigers strand their first runner. We enter the bottom of the second. It's Holy Cross on top of St. Augustine by the score of 4-1. Big inning for the Tigers, Kenny.
Yeah, and like I said a few minutes ago, the couple of infield hits, couple of C&I hits, and then all heck breaks loose when you're able to combine that with 2 hits and a big error when you had a guy that would have been definitely out at the plate, and then they throw it away. So Holy Cross, when they go on the field right now, they want to keep the momentum going with them, and of course August coming into the parking lot, into the dugout, and they want to. They want to try and turn things around a little bit. Let's get a couple of runners on base. Let's run a little bit, put pressure on the Tigers, and let's get back in this ball game.
Will Andre, the ace, back to the mound armed with a 3-run lead. That feels good to him after he gave up a run in the first.
Oh, no question. That's it's always a lot easier to go out and pitch with a lead than to go out and pitch behind. Now, he's got to go out and, he walked the leadoff hitter last inning. You can't go out there now with a 3-run lead and walk the guy and put him on base.
Here in the second inning, Purple Knights will have McCollum up there. He was up there when Nance was out stealing to end the last half inning. Mercadale and Thornton to follow for St. Augustine.
Again, going back to that play that ended the inning last inning, what a great swipe tag by Pellerin.
No question. That was really good tag. Here's McCollum. Andrade, 18 pitches in the first, 11 were strikes. And he pumps one in there for a strike here to get ahead. And the 0-1. Sharp hook misses away. It's 1-1.
That's a tough pitch to hit. When you're throwing that kind of velocity and get that kind of a break on your ball, that's pretty serious.
1-1. This is inside. It's 2-1 now to Mackay McCollum. Two balls and a strike. And another. Fastball foul. He was late on it. Shoots it right side. It's 2-2. Nice crowd here this evening in Wesley Barrow.
For a weeknight, yes, indeed. Everybody's home studying for tests,
Well, there's a lot of parents and school supporters here. 2-2. Slider missed away. Did he go? The answer is no. And it's 3-2.
I didn't think he went, but what a great pitch. Goodness gracious.
So it's full 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the payoff pitch. Swinging a foul. Back to the netting. We'll do it again at 3-2. Play him slightly to hit to the off field. Indication of Andrade's velocity and where they're pitching it. Here it is. And that's strike 3 called. Good fastball gets McCollum for out number 1.
Yeah, I don't know how you take that pitch unless he was looking for a curveball. But
Number 20, Derek
I don't think Andrade's going to throw a curveball to the lower part of the order with a 3-2 count.
Derek Mercadal will bat. 371 hitter, no homers, and 6 driven in. For the lefty swinger, third baseman. Talent cheats in. First pitch. That's a strike call. So 1 to Mercadal. The 0-1 sails high, and it's even up at a ball and a strike.
And those guys that throw hard, they even look harder when they're up in the strike zone like that.
A swing and a ball hit toward first, can't handle it, and he'll reach. Well, that's a situation where if he lets it go, second baseman's going to field it, but first baseman has to make that decision so quickly, Kenny.
Right.
And it's do or die. Guerra made the decision, and it was die.
Your first baseman and your third baseman are taught that anything they can get to, they got to get to.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I mean, and look, that was a hell of an effort by him. The ball just got under his glove. But he's got to do that, guys. I don't know if the second baseman can throw him out on that.
Swing and a miss. As Thornton hacks and misses, it's no balls and a strike. Zach Thornton, 250, no homers, and he's driven in 5 runs as he settles back in the box from the left side and now steps out. Wearing number 6. Runner at first, Mercadal. Mentioned they like to run. That is certain. Mercadal on the year, 12 steals and 14 attempts. It's a big part of their game. He's not going. Pitch was inside and low. He quick pitched him there.
Yeah.
And it's 1-1. Another way to battle. One problem with that is you might lose your location when you get a little bit of stride.
Again, though, it's like we said before. You know, he's putting pressure on the pitcher to vary his looks, to do things differently than what he's used to doing.
1-1 is sliced foul. A pitch down and in over the St. Augustine dugout. It's 1-2.
And that's what you try and do, your pitches. I really like what Holy Cross is doing, too. Instead of shortstop and second base being back at double play depth, because of Andre's velocity, he has his shortstop playing a little bit toward third base a little bit more, with second base being toward second.
1-2 is a swing, a liner in the left field. Left fielder coming, and he can't get it. Runner's going to round second. He's going to head toward third. Here comes the throw. He is safe at third base. And it ends up being second and third. With 1 out, Robert came in, trying to make the play. Wasn't able to do it. That's an error. And now it's second and third with 1 out.
And I really wonder if he may have lost it in the lights, the way it looked like he handled it.
Tonight's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by the Lamarck Motor Company in Kenner. Lamarck Ford, the #1 Ford dealer in the Metro New Orleans market, must be a reason.
And that was great base running right there to go from first to third on that play.
Now Dylan Robinson, the talented youngster, 353 on the year for Dylan. Second baseman. Big chance here. The pitch is high for ball 1 to Dylan Robinson. Steps out. Takes a deep breath before getting back in. No homers, 14 driven in for Dylan. The pitch. Dips low. He laid off the breaking ball, 2-0. And again, doing a good job of laying off pitches out of the zone.
Correct. I haven't seen them swing at a bad pitch yet.
2 balls and no strikes. Second and third, 1 out, the pitch. And he got a call over the inside edge. Dylan Robinson doesn't think so.
Well, that ball had so much movement on it. I'm not saying it was a strike, but it finished up inside, but it could have crossed the plate as a strike with that kind of movement on it.
Got the call. It's 2-1. And swings and misses at the high fastball. Kind of changes the at-bat. Now it's 2-2.
Right.
Dylan steps out, collects himself, and gets back in. Mercadal third, Thornton second. Andrade 2-2. There's a swing and a ground ball to short. That'll get a run home. Throw will be to first. It's high, and he is safe at first base on a throwing error by Pellegrin. And 2 errors in the inning have opened the door for the Purple Knights, and it's a 4-2 ball game.
Yeah, that was a tough play. I don't know if the base runner bothered him on it, because the base runner was kind of undecided, and he came in and just kind of rushed his throw a little bit.
So now first and second, one out and a run home, and a chance for Cornelius to help himself. Opposing pitcher, good hitter, 317. He has 15 RBI on the season. Check of the runners. Pitch is on the way. He's got a bunt. He takes it away. Runner from second takes liberties. The throw just back safely into second base. Boy, you talk about a big jump. That was Thornton.
And not even anything from Pellerin on that. So he must have missed the tag. Yeah.
The pitch got a bunt and takes a strike, and it's 1-1.
Now, what the defense is taught to do on this, if the third baseman charges, the guy from second base steals third. So the pitcher's got to cover the third base side with the first baseman charging.
1-1 the count.
Reverse move, just to let him know that he knows he's there.
4-2 ball game, bottom of the second inning. Andrade getting the sign. From the stretch to the plate. Swing and a base hit right field. Lead runner will stop at third. The bases are going to be loaded. Boy, that was a dangerous throw. The baseman to go up to get it, but it's bases loaded. One out, and you flip to the top of the order, and the dangerous Kenyon Hughes to the plate. Kenyon has walked, still on a base, scored a run as he is. That's a great piece of hitting right there. Just took that ball the other way.
That's all it did. Pitch was away, went with it. Did a good job.
Cornelius will run for himself. Both pitchers running the bases themselves. I like that.
Absolutely.
They're ball players. Visit to the mound by Garretts. Purple Knights battling back after watching the Tigers put up a 4 spot.
Well, they've done a great job of putting the ball in play. The two errors are the two things that have killed the Tigers. The ball should have been caught in left field. Should have made an easier play when that ball hit the short. But, that's human nature. You're going to make errors. Guys in the big leagues make $1 gazillion, and they still kick it around.
Barrett Ray's talking about possibly running for the pitcher, but hasn't done it, I don't think.
Right.
Nope. Talked about it. Discussion over. Now Kenyon Hughes with a big opportunity. Got to assume that's what he was talking about, because he looked at first base but didn't make a move. So the runner at third, Thornton. The runner at second, Dylan Robinson. Cornelius at first. Hughes at the plate. He's driven in 23 on the year. Second on the team. Big chance here. The pitch. Breaking ball strike. So gets ahead with a hook. Andrade, it's 0-1.
If he has 23 RBIs, that tells me that the bottom part of Aug's order has done a great job of getting on base.
Swing and a line drive, base hit to left. 1 run scores, everyone else moves up base, and it's a 4-3 ball game. This kid is some good player. Kenyon Hughes. Well, you've seen it all. His speed, his hitting. I mean, look at this. This is a great job of taking a pitch where it was pitched the other way.
Correct. Did a great job. And that's the disadvantage of playing that third baseman in. If he had been back, there may have been a line drive hit right at him, but because he was in, he got over his head.
Visit to the mound, forthcoming. Long visit here.
Coach Minor is probably doing the same thing that Aug's coach did last inning, just going out there and saying, hey, settle down. We still got a 1-run lead here. Let's go ahead and let's get these last 2 outs and get out of this.
We'll get the docile tones of the St. Augustine Marching 100 in the background here. Will always inspire the Purple Knights.
You never get tired of hearing them.
A tremendous long visit by Bones. Kenny Benora is done. Love watching Kenny in high school. I did quite a few of his games at the University of New Orleans back in the day on that College World Series team of 1984. First team from Louisiana to ever go to the Division I College World Series. Ron Maestry's Privateers on that outstanding team in 1984. Fun to watch.
Great players. Played at both of our local colleges back then. I had the great chance to play on some really good teams at Tulane and against some really good teams at UNO.
Oh, that was a phenomenal series over the years. Here's Bryce Robinson at the plate with the bases loaded, one out. The pitch on the way. Swinging a ground ball to short. That's a double play ball. Second for one. First, and it is high. He's safe, and this game is tied. Well, Robinson can run, the Tulane signee. They had to turn it right. The throw beat him, but it was high. You can't assume a double play, so it's a fielder's choice RBI for Robinson. And let's start over. We're tied at 4. As Dylan Robinson scores, Cornelius to third, and now Robinson runs at first. They erased the Speedy Hughes on the force play. That was a double play ball, okay? Hard hit right to the shortstop.
Yeah, that should have been an easy 2, but it looked like Pellerin hesitated a little bit whether he wanted to go touch the bag or flip it, and then we flipped it, and then it just didn't.
Castillo takes a breaking ball strike. He singled home a run in the first inning. This game's tied at 4 here in the second. What a game we have early on.
Great ball game.
Chance to put his team ahead. Castillo takes a ball. Runner steals second without a play, and it's 1-1, and now you get 2 runners in the scoring position. There's Bryce Robinson. Takes second. His second stolen base of the game for the Purple Knights. Love to run. Breaking ball strike. Andre's got a good breaking ball. It's 1-2.
Well, what makes his curveball so effective is how hard he throws. You know, and then you're able to throw that curveball over the plate. That is tough to hit.
Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball struck him out looking. Great pitch.
Great pitch.
Inning is over. He keeps this game even, but St. Augustine gets even. Purple Knights put up 3 runs in the inning, and they do it on 3 hits. 2 errors in the inning, and they strand 2. Their first 2 left, and after 2, let's start over. We're tied 4-4. Hey, not exactly what we expected with the way these teams have pitched and played defense, but boy, a very entertaining game early on.
Oh, it really is. It's been a fun game so far. You know, I talked about, St. Aug trying to turn the tide and in the momentum, and they did a great job just putting the ball in play. Just what Holy Cross did to them, the half inning before that. And they were able to come up in 3 runs and be able to tie it. And now, with nothing again, with 5 innings left to play.
So a 4-4 ball game as we head to the 3rd inning. Back to the mound goes Cornelius. Now he's back even in the game. 34 pitches, 1 strikeout, 1 hit batsman thus far for him. And Cornelius takes his warm-up tosses. Second game of this series. Remember, 2 nights ago, St. Augustine won 8-6.
What I love about Cornelius, he looks like he's about 135 pounds. Like with this wind blowing tonight, we may have to stake him to the ground or something.
And the Tigers here in the 3rd will bring up 3, 4, and 5. Pellegrin, Andrade, and Blanchard. So Cornelius finishing up his warm-up tosses will get us to the 3rd inning of this one, and Dom Pellegrin will hit it off. He struck out looking back in the 1st inning. Tigers had a couple of errors in that inning, which really hurt, Kenny. St. Aug took advantage.
Absolutely. St. Aug took advantage. And again, what did they do? They put the ball in play. Anytime you put the ball in play with their speed, you're forcing guys to make plays. And they're rushing throws, they're misjudging line drives. I mean, it's just, it puts the pressure on the defense.
Here's Pellegrin from the right side. Holds that bat high, doesn't he? Stands upright from the right side. First pitch is on the way, and that's in the dirt. It's 1-0.
I remember trying to hit like Carl Yastrzemski from 100 years ago. Yeah. I'm like, how does this man hit like this?
I have no idea. But he did.
But he wasn't too bad.
Now the 1-0 pitch. Pellegrin takes it away. It's 2-0. This becomes an important shutdown inning for Cornelius after his team just battled back to even against a really good pitcher.
Absolutely. I mean, this is
2-0. And that's a strike at the knees. It's 2-1.
Now Holy Cross has got to come back and say, okay, we got to regain this momentum here. We just gave it away last inning, so now let's get some runners on and put the ball in play ourselves.
2-1. That's a fast strike, and it's 2-2. Tigers plated 4 runs on 4 hits in the second inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Next one is on the way. Swing and a fly ball hit in the right center field. Right fielder should be there to make the catch. He does. Thornton handles it. 1 out. Tough out to obtain there. And Cornelius does so.
Well, that ball was hit into the teeth of the wind.
Will Andrade will bat.
I thought it was hit pretty good, but, it just held up, and right field was able to get there and make an easy play.
Andrade singled and scored in the second inning. He started that 4-run rally last inning. And he takes it chest low for 1-0. Swinging a line drive, base hit left field. Andrade has a 2-hit game. He's on with 1 out. The Tigers have hit number 5.
I love how both teams are doing a great job of just, if the pitch is outside, they're letting it travel and they're hitting it the other way. I mean, both these ball clubs have done a great job of hitting the opposite field.
Ryder Blanchard singled and scored last inning. Andrade runs his own bags, as you mentioned earlier. The pitch. Over, but I guess high. It's 1-0.
Again, a nice breaking pitch, but it was up a little bit.
Well, that depends on your perspective. I think a pitch at the letters is a strike. I mean, I know you're a pitcher, and you would certainly feel that way. But to me, it's supposed to be letters to the knees, right?
Correct. Now,
throw to first, runner back.
As a pitcher, I did not want them calling my curveball up that high, because just subconsciously, you're going to throw a couple there. And you don't want to do that with the breaking pitch.
There goes the runner. The pitch is high. The throw down is not in time. It was close.
Yeah,
good quick tag by the second baseman, Robinson, but he's safe at second with the stolen base. Andrade, again, helping himself. Swipe second, the second steal for the Tigers. Both teams running well.
He's got good speed, but he had a nice lead and he had a great jump that time.
The pitch and a swing and a pop-up. Straight up in the air to short center. Shortstop out, center fielder on. Who wants to look out? Shortstop. Kenyon Hughes the catch for out number 2. And now Rue Guerra, who singled and scored in the second inning, will bat with a runner in scoring position. A go-ahead run. The pitch, swing and a miss.
Good breaking
1-1 to Guerra. Elsewhere in the league tonight, they go to the 5th inning. John Curtis, Christian, and Jesuit are tied 3-3.
Another good ball game.
I have a story on that one in the morning at Crescent City Sports from Ranch Hashery. Just like you have a story on this one at Crescent City Sports, which I'll have. No balls and a strike. Discussion takes place.
Every time I see a mound gathering of all the players, I just automatically go to the movie Bull Durham. Great scene.
0-1 the count. Check on the runner second. The pitch is on the way. That's outside. He yanked the fastball. It's 1-1. We're in the top of the third inning. And it's tied 4-4. And the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Really good breaking ball. Wow. And him out in front. It's 1-2.
His breaking pitch has gotten better as the game is going on. And it looks to be really having a big dip in it.
One and two the count. Long look, Cornelius. And the pitch to Guerra. Breaking ball, and he hits it in the air. Left side should be handled. The left fielder coming in and making the catch. Round number 3 is Jackson. And the inning's over. No runs and a hit. A man left, second stranded by the Tigers. Bottom of the third coming. And it remains tied 4-4. So Cornelius got the 0 he needed there, right?
Correct. And then now Holy Cross is going out there. Okay, we got to hold them here. We cannot give them an opportunity to keep this momentum going. And then now it becomes a battle over who has the momentum the rest of the ball game.
So tied at 4 as we enter the bottom of the third inning, and Andrade will go back to the mound. He just had to run the bases, so he'll take his time coming back out. Not only ran the bases, stole a base. As a pitcher, it takes a little bit out of you, right?
Well, I mean, Coach, I needed oxygen when I ran the bases. It was, we didn't have courtesy run and all that back then. So you had to run the bases. And, I couldn't run out of sight on a dark night, but I knew how to run the bases. And a lot of these kids that pitch and catch today, a lot of them don't know how to run the bases because they never had to. And I love to see our pitchers, both of them throwing from wind-ups. Just as a coach and as an old-timer, it drives me crazy when I see pitchers that don't use a wind-up and they throw from the stretch.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it just gives me such an advantage when I would throw from my wind-up.
Andrade finishing his warm-up tosses. He's had 47 pitches in 2 innings. That's a lot. With a walk and 2 strikeouts, and Jaden Jackson will start it in the third.
Well, a walk and 2 strikeouts and 3 errors. I mean, that's...
Well, 2 errors, yeah.
2 errors, yeah. Oh, the other one was a fielder's choice. That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So here's Jackson.
Yeah, but 3 plays that should have been made should have been in the dugout.
Jackson flew out to left his first time. The pitch. Breaking ball missing down, 1-0.
And as a pitcher and as a coach, I would have some feelings for a guy going out there, and if my team made 3 or 4 errors behind him in an inning, I'm not going to get him.
It missed way inside, and it's 2-0. Skips back to the backstop.
What a great facility this is here, I swear.
It is. 2-0 the count.
Love to come out here and watch these games.
See Alston Taylor here, the headmaster at St. Augustine. We'll try to get him up here at some point and get a visit. 2-0. Tap foul. It's 2-1. Two balls and a strike. On Jackson. Here's another. Missing down and in. It's 3-1. Opportunity here. So 3 balls and a strike.
Yep, just got to be selective here as a hitter.
Hey, Alston. How you doing? It's 3 balls and 1 strike. Great to see Alston here tonight. The pitch on the way. And he missed down and in, ball 4. So Jackson trots to first with a leadoff walk and a good start for the Purple Knights here. Second walk issued by Andrade. Mekhi McCollum will bat, struck out looking his first time, and keep an eye on Jackson at first.
Now the last leadoff walk wound up scoring St. Aug's first run.
And Jackson's got 16 steals on the year in 19 attempts. So Andrade again, a lot of stress for him in this game, pitching out of the stretch a lot.
Yes.
With speedy runners on base. And there's the throw to first, as you might imagine.
Coach, I think the bat boy has 5 stolen bases on the year.
Another toss to first. Runner back. Pitch, gonna bunt, and he missed it. A breaking ball, and it's 0-1. What do you want to bunt? Breaking ball, fastball, changeup? What do you want to bunt?
Bunt a strike.
Bunt a strike. There we go.
Bunt a strike. You know, I want to lay off the high fastball.
And he was stabbed at that one, and that was way out of the zone, and now he's in the hole.
Now, that was not 2 great attempts at bunts. But, you know, if you can bunt a curveball, I think that's easier to bunt a curveball, but that high fastball gives you an opportunity to pop it up.
The pitch, and a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Stayed with the hook and got him. Round number 1, second time he struck out McCollum. And the third strikeout of the game. And now Mercadal will bat. Mercadal singled and scored a run in the second inning.
Both of these pitchers have done a great job with their curveballs tonight. They've been strikes or they've been close to the plate and just have done an outstanding job of keeping the hitters off balance.
LSU leads Oklahoma 2-0 after 5 tonight in the SEC. Here's Mercadal.
Yeah, why is that LSU had to go to Texas and Oklahoma, the 2 newbies?
Well, it's just the way the schedule falls. The pitch, that's a fast strike. It's 0-1. We play half your conference series at home and half on the road. 0-1 the count.
Well, I noticed Alabama football didn't go play at Texas and at Oklahoma.
Snap throw to first. That was the quick move in his back.
That's a good move, yes.
So he's been saving that one, and he pulled it out of the bag here.
Yep.
And it's an indoor ball night with the wind blowing in. You're not going to get it out of here tonight. On 0-1, there goes the runner. Good jump, pitch out. Throw down won't get him, though. He got too big of a jump. And a stolen base for Jaden Jackson.
Correct.
Third steal for the Purple Knights.
And, you know, I haven't seen it with the coaches, but, you know, there's usually coaches in the dugout that will have a stopwatch. And that tells you how quick a pitcher is to the plate.
Pitch on the way and a swing and a fly ball to left. Should be handled. Hanging up for Robert. He's there to make the catch. And that is out number 2. And hanging at second is Jackson. And takes a 2-out hit from Zach Thornton. He hit the ball to left his first time. It was misplayed, and he reached it, and that helped lead to a 3-run inning.
Yes. Now, he hit the ball hard the first time, but it still should have had a play made on it. Left fielder did a great job of getting there, and I don't know if he just misjudged it or if he lost in the lights.
Well, again, that wins a factor, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Here's Thornton with a runner at second base. Jackson and stepping off Andre. Will is ready with the check of the runner and the pitch. Swinging a chopper toward first foul. And it's 0-1.
All right, coach made that look too easy.
No balls in a strike. On Thornton. Time called. Andre taking a lot of time there.
Yeah, I mean, no
hitter stepped out.
No problem at all with that hitter. You know, you don't want to stand there in that box and wait for the pitcher just to, you know, you go by him. You know, you can step out.
Stretch pitch in the dirt. Wild pitch. That'll get the runner to third. So no chance for the catcher. That ate up Garrett's. And on to third base goes Jackson with 2 outs and a 1-1 count on Thornton. Andre trying to battle through it. He's been dominant this year, but scuffling a bit tonight against a good offensive club that can run.
Well, he had to get 6 outs in the second inning. And that's wear and tear on you.
From the stretch to the plate, and a swing and a miss. Good, hard fastball down. And he's ahead of Thornton, a ball and 2 strikes. On 1-2, the stretch. Down the pitch. Swinging a fly ball to center. Shortstop out, center fielder in. The center fielder will make the catch. Serkovich, and the threat is over with no runs, no hits, a runner left. That's 3 stranded. We played 3, and we're tied at 4. And we continue on here from Wesley Barrow Stadium. Andrade battled out of that and pitched around the walk that time.
Yeah, he did a great job of battling out of that, and he's probably thrown 15 to 20 extra pitches.
Tonight's coverage on Crescent City Sports brought to you by Ochsner Andrews Sports Medicine Institute. Don't let a sports injury keep you sidelined. Our team offers health care for athletes with same-day appointments available near you. Visit Ochsner.org/sportsmed to learn more. And on to the 4th inning we go. And a 4-4 ball game as the wind continues to blow here. Blow things around here, including my scorebook. But that's okay. We don't mind.
Well, you're keeping score, and you got to write on a moving page.
Yeah, you got it. So back to the mound. Cornelius in the 4th. He'll face Robert Talon and Garrett's here in the 4th inning of play from Wesley Barrow Stadium. 2nd game of this Catholic League series. And a good one. Warm-up tosses being taken here by Cornelius. He's had 48 pitches through 3 innings. He's pitched to contact. He's hit 1 batter and struck out 1. And he'll get things started here in the 4th inning. So here's Robert, to be followed by Talon and Garrett's. Robert singled, stole a base in the 2nd inning and scored a run. And he'll lead it off here in the 4th inning with Talon and Garrett's to follow against Cornelius. Here's Robert. He drove in 2 runs with that base hit back in the 2nd inning. First pitch is on the way. Swinging a chopper foul. It's no balls and a strike. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm good. Appreciate you. 0-1 the count. Oh, 1 pitch. Down and out. It's 1-1. Again, Roberts' 2-run single, a big blow in that 4-run 2nd inning for the Tigers.
Yeah, did a great job getting those 2 runs in.
1-1, down and out. It's 2-1.
Now, as a pitcher, you got to say to yourself right here, I don't want to go to 3-1. I got to put the ball in play right here. So you throw a strike here, and you just hope it goes at somebody.
Here's the 2-1. Swinging a pop foul back here. It'll be out of play. It's 2-2. Playing the pull here. This wind blowing in and across toward left. It's been the case throughout the night, sometimes straight in. 2-2 the count. And another. Down and out. So now he's running full 3-2. Robert is battled to this count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch on the way. Ball 4, that's not close. So leadoff walk. Those are the kind that bite. And good speed in Robert running to first base.
You know, in a tight ball game, you cannot walk your leadoff hitter. And sometimes just as bad as 2-out walk.
Robert with 9 steals and 12 attempts. Colin Tullett will bat. Tullett grounded into a fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning. A lead, Robert. And a pitch. And a swing and a fly ball to right. Slicing toward the line. That's going to be a foul ball. So it's 0-1. Ball was slicing all the way away from Thornton. He gave chase, but no chance to get there.
Well, I mean, not only was it slicing, it was dying. I mean, it was into the teeth of that wind. And I thought it was a pretty deep fly ball, but it wound up being about 40 feet behind the first base.
No balls and a strike. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. Good biting break ball. They got him caught up. Throw to second. He's going to run down now. Shortstop runs him back to first. He's going to chase him down and tag him out. I mean, he did it himself. Just running him down with a lot of speed there is used. He's some athlete. He didn't even bother throwing. He just ran him down.
Right. That was speed against not as much speed. And that's a great job at that shortstop, because if you don't have to make a throw, why make a throw? What I think happened with the base run on that was, I don't know if he started to steal and realized he got a bad jump, or if he was trying to delay steal.
So now he's got him in the hole. Misses away. Should be 1-2, I believe. Second caught stealing for Holy Cross in the game. And one out, nobody on now for Colin Tellett. And a swing and a pop fly, foul. First baseman over near the fence, and he runs out of room. Bangs into that fence. Trying to get there, McCollum. He's a big young man, and he's fine.
I don't want to be that fence.
He took the hit, the fence took the hit, and everybody's good. They go to the sixth inning. Jesuit has taken a 4-3 lead over John Curtis Christian.
What a great league. Good Lord.
Back and forth they go. Same thing here, tied at 4. Top of the fourth inning. Pitch is a breaking ball, just tap foul right at the plate. Ends up at the feet of the catcher.
Bailey got a piece of that, but kept his at bat alive.
Collins stays alive there with a nice job of protecting off the end of the bat. Sees another pitch from Cornelius. And here it comes. And he laid off a pitch outside. That is not a strike. The pitch is off the plate. It's 2-2. That pitch is off the plate. I mean, it's 2-2.
Yeah, and it hadn't been called a strike all night long.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good pitch by the pitcher, but it wasn't a strike.
On 2-2, CJ ready. Next one on the way. Swinging a ground ball deep short. Tough chance. Nice pick by Kenyon Hughes. His throw to first is safe. Throw was low, and McCollum couldn't dig it out. Now you have the turf. You can bounce it over there, but that was kind of a short hop, and that'll be an error.
But he is kicking himself. He made such a great play going to his right. Did a little backhand and just came up and just threw the ball in the dirt. Well, in the brown. So good effort by the first baseman, but did a great. At shortstop did a great job of getting to that ball.
Second error on the Purple Knights opens the door for Colton Garrett and a sacrifice fly to drive in a run in the second inning. Short lead at first. Pitch on the way. And I thought he went, but they say no. It's 1-0. Just checked in time. I mean, this has been a game where both pitchers have been in the stretch all evening.
Yes, they have. You used a great word earlier. They've both been stressed out every time, every inning.
1-0 the count. Cornelius ready and pitching. Breaking ball pop foul right side will be out of play. Up on the roof. And it's 1-1. I'd like to see the dents on that roof. Quite a few of those, I am sure.
I look at this facility. It's so great. And I remember when Aug played at Perry Rome and at Larry Gilbert many, many years ago.
Yep. Come a long way, baby.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, great old ballpark.
Oh, sure.
For that time. But, I mean, this is nothing compares.
Here's Garrett's. Stretch pitch. Over, but just high. He hasn't called that high strike all game.
Nope.
Not going to. It's 2-1.
Nope. But a great pitch.
Now, if you call it once, you're going to call it most of the night. Has not called it, though.
Right. And
so,
he has not
consistent.
Called that. That's right. And that's all you can ask as a coach.
2 balls and a strike. And a ground ball. Nice play, third baseman. Gets up, throwing. He made a whale of a play, but he's safe. Just off the bag at first base. Should go as an infield hit. It's a whale of a play by Bryce Robinson, the Tulane signee. But McCollum couldn't quite hold the bag at first. Got to give him an infield hit on that.
What a great play. That's got to be an infield hit. They can't give the guy an error on that. Yep. Great play. Goodness gracious.
Garrett's with a base hit. It's first and second, one out. And you flip the order, and you get Chris Cirkovich, who's been hit by a pitch and popped out to first. This is one windy night out here. It's gotten more windy. I mean, it was gusting to 20 earlier. I'm guessing it's gusting to 25 to 30 now.
Well, I thought if I saw the weather this morning, I thought they were saying by later in the night it may be gusting to 40.
Now, for the Tigers.
You know, as a baseball coach this time of year, I watch the weather more than I watch anything.
Cirkovich. Waiting for the home plate umpire. If they run for the catcher. As Cirkovich comes up to bat. It's like Luke Appy running at first base. The pitch going to bunt, and he bunts it foul. It's an unusual play with one out.
It is. It really is.
I mean, it didn't look like he was bunting for a hit. Maybe he was, but kind of looked like a sack type attempt. But it's 0-1 on Cirkovich.
But if you do that as a surprise play, you got to get it down.
Easier said than done. Could not. 0-1.
No question.
Runners away first and second. Cornelius will stretch. And pitch, got a bunt again. And he takes a strike called. And it's 0-2.
Okay.
I mean, he's showing bunt, so clearly trying to sacrifice, even though there's one out. Don't see that very much.
No, you don't.
0-2 the count. On 0-2, here it comes. Look out, he hit him in the back. Now that loads the bases with one out. That's huge.
Goodness gracious, had him 0-2 and he hits him.
And that's his 9th hit batter of the season, a real issue. And now you get Greg Ruiz, who's flied to center and grounded to the pitcher, and a big opportunity to put the Tigers back on top.
Well, let's see how Aug plays this. All right, first is coming in. Third is even with the bag. Short and second are kind of halfway.
Yep.
Yeah, I would think so.
Here's Ruiz. Cornelius in a heap of trouble here. Bases loaded, one out. And the pitch. And that's outside and low, 1-0. And here comes Barrett Ray to the mound. Everybody will make their way to the mound in what has been a very deliberate, slower moving game. A lot of base runners, a lot of runs, 8 of those in 3 innings, and counting with the bases loaded, one out here. So the visit taking place. And both of these teams back in action tomorrow. St. Augustine gets Brother Martin and Holy Cross gets Rummel in this league.
At Holy Cross and here for Aug, or where do they play?
Well, the Holy Cross game is at Mike Miley against Rummel. I'll tell you that. And the St. Augustine Brother Martin game is at Kirsch-Rooney.
Okay.
So the runners return to their respective bases.
By the way, is that a great facility that Joe built over there for his team? Oh, my goodness gracious. Yep.
Here we go. Bases loaded. One out. A 1-0 count on Ruiz.
Third
trying to put his team back on top. Here it comes. It's high, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
Third and first are in, so if the ball is hit at them, they're going to the plate.
And a swing and a foul. Makes it 2-1.
I know you usually don't want to hit a pop-up here, but you want to hit a little pop-up, maybe tag and score a run here. 2
balls and a strike on Ruiz. From the belt. And to the plate. And a swing and a ground ball up the middle of short. And it carries off the shortstop. 1 run scores. Holy Cross takes the lead. 5-4. Came up on Hughes. He couldn't handle it. It's an error. And it's a 5-4 game. No RBI. No, it scores. Happy. Moving up to third. Sirkovich to second. Ruiz runs at first on the error. And now, big chance, Dom Pellegrin. Best hitter. He's 0 for 2, but here's a big opportunity.
Tough break for Cornelius on that. Should have been a double play ball and just didn't come up and make the play.
The pitch. Pellegrin takes it outside. A breaking ball. It's 1-0. Well, that's the other thing about this game. You've had 5 errors now.
That's right.
In this game. And,
right.
And that is hard to pitch around. Both sides. That misses low, and it's 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes on a dangerous hitter with the bases loaded and a chance for Holy Cross to expand the 5-4 lead with only 1 out. Here it is. High 3-0. Remember, he had a hitter 0-2 and hit the batter.
Right.
And then you follow that with an error. It opens things up. Bullpen's going to get busy for the Purple Knights. Alexander Brady has grabbed the ball. 3-0 the count. Has to throw a strike or give up a run. And he does, and it's 3-1. Pellegrin will go to hitting if he likes it now.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take 3-0 there. You're not going to, even as good a hitter as he is, you're not going to give him the hit away with bases loaded and 3-0 count.
Swinging a pop-up, very high. Will the wind blow it out of play? No, shortstop over there, makes the catch. And no advance, that's a big out. As Hughes goes to get it, and everyone has to hold, and he gets a big out in Pellegrin for number 2. But now you get Will Andrade, who's been dynamite. He's batted twice and singled twice and scored a run, and here's a situation where he can really help his own cause.
Well, the ball was not deep enough for the runner at third to tag and score. So it was a good piece of base running, but ball was not deep enough.
The pitch. Swinging a fly ball to right. Should end the inning. Thornton coming in there. He's got it with 2 hands. And what a job by Cornelius to get out of it with minimal damage. 1 run scores unearned. It happens on 1 hit. 2 errors and 3 left on base. That is now 5 left on base by the Tigers, who lead it 5-4, going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Well, you hit a batter and you have 2 errors, and to get out of it with only 1 run, that's pretty good, right?
Well, that's a great job right there by Cornelius to get out of that. You know, we've talked about it before. You know, both pitchers have been under stress because their defenses have let them down tonight. Holy Cross with the 2 errors and a fielder's choice in the inning when Aug came back to tie it, and then the errors that St. Aug did to get Holy Cross a couple of runs. So these pitchers have had undue pressure put on them, and it's hard enough with Aug with their speed. So, you know, it's high school baseball. This is what it is.
Andrade backs them out. They've given him a lead for the 2nd time. Takes his warm-up tosses. Pitch count will start getting interesting for both pitchers now, having to work very hard with the way the game is unfolded.
Now, point of play for Purple Knights. Second baseman, number 11, Dylan Robinson.
Dylan Robinson will start it against Andrade here in the 4th. 61 pitches for Andre in 3 innings. Delivers a popping strike here. Dylan Robinson reached on an error, scored a run in the 2nd inning.
Andre still has pretty good velocity right now. He's still throwing the ball very hard.
And another popping strike. Good pitch. It's 0-2. Pretty good deception in his delivery as well. Not quite a crossfire guy, but he hides the ball pretty well.
Exactly. I mean, the quicker a hitter can pick up the ball, the better.
That's high. It's 1-2.
And they definitely have trouble picking it up. They really don't see it until his release point.
A ball and 2 strikes. Another on the way. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Struck him out for out number 1 and strikeout number 4 for Will Andre.
Had him set up for that pitch. He went fastball, then went up with a fastball, ball, and it comes back with a very good breaking pitch.
C.J. Cornelius to the plate. Singled his first time. First pitch on the way. Shows bunt. Takes a... Nope. Thought it was a strike.
Yeah.
Called the ball. It's 1-0. Again, it's been a tight zone all night.
Yep.
And that's kind of contributed to this game playing quite long. We're only in the 4th inning. It's an hour and 25 minutes old. That's a strike. We've done games this year. I've called games or covered games that have been an hour 25, an hour 35 minutes. This one's already at that mark, and we're in the 4th. 1-1 the count. These are 7-inning games. Next pitch on the way. Swinging a line drive, base hit into right field. Off the bat of Cornelius. He's 2 for 2. And now the ball gets away. He's going for a second. They're going to throw him out at second base. He's out. A 9-6 put out at second base. Well, you take a chance and you get burned.
I have no problem with that play by Cornelius at all. He thought he had a shot at making that. Go ahead and take it.
Good arm showed by Ruiz.
Absolutely, and it had to be a good throw. It could not be off the base. So, you're going against him being able to get to the ball and then also making a perfect throw, and he did. Give the right fielder credit on that. I'm sorry.
Kenyon uses walked and scored. He singled. Takes it high, 1-0.
That's a great hustle, but Cornelius did a great job of getting a base hit and just didn't work out for him.
Ball and no strikes. Here's another on the way. That's low, and it's 2-0. Well, I understand the aggressiveness, but you're down a run in the 4th, and you can really use that runner, especially ahead of the top of the order.
Yes,
with Hughes on, who's been on twice, and now is ahead 2-0. And now he's ahead 3-0. And now likely to take a pitch. Again, you put this guy on, you're asking for trouble. As we saw in the 1st inning.
No question.
3-0. And he takes ball 4 outside. So Hughes is on for the 3rd straight time. And you can bet he's going to be running. The question is when? First pitch, second pitch?
Right. He's going to pick one and he's going to go. What I've been so impressed with about Cornelius is he didn't chase any of those pitches that were pretty close, but still balls.
Kenyon Hughes, 32 stolen bases at first base now. And here's Bryce Robinson, the Tulane signing. There he goes. Pitches a ball. The throwdown will never get him. Steals second, so he's 33 for 33.
Right, and he stole on a great pitch, a curveball, which is called a strike.
And it's 0-1. Robinson fouls in quickly in the hole, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Steps off. Collects himself. Back up and ready. There goes the runner and stops, and a chopper up the middle. Shortstop gets there. Pellegrin, easy throw to first, inning over. No runs and a hit. One man stranded. That's 4 left for the Purple Knights. We played for 5-4 lead for Holy Cross. Got this 0 there.
All right. Right, that's a good inning right there. That's what Holy Cross needed. I am so impressed with Aug on the bases. Holy cow.
Well, part of that is you put Kenyon Hughes on. He's now 33 for 33 in stolen bases.
Well, what I like, what I'm really impressed with is that not only are they fast, but they know how to run the bases.
And tonight's coverage on Crescent City Sports brought to you by Gibbs Construction, a leader in the construction industry in Louisiana and the Gulf Coast for more than 45 years, transforming dreams, visions, and plans into reality. Gibbs Construction.
The Youth Academy has just helped the Arlene schools so much. The Warren Eastons, the Carrs, the St. Augs. It has just helped those kids become really, really good players. And I'm so happy to have seen that happen for the kids in the city.
Cornelius back out to the mound. He's already at 78 pitches in 4 innings. So they'll keep an eye on him. So we go to the 5th. It's good to see Olin Parker Jr. here tonight, the head coach at Suno. Good man, good friend. Talked to him for a while earlier. He's here watching down the third base side. Again, the in-league play. Brother Martin stays first in the league. They whipped Warren Easton 16-0 earlier today. Jesuit leading John Curtis Christian 4-3 in the 6th.
Second baseman, number 17, Ryder Blanchard.
Yeah, John Curtis has lost 4 or 5 games by 1 run this year.
Yeah, they've lost close games, and they're tough.
Yeah.
Here is Ryder Blanchard, who has a base hit and a run scored. He's popped to short. And he'll stand in here. First one on the way. Missing down and out, ball 1. 2 fine gentlemen, coaches, alumnus, their schools, Calvador, Holy Cross, Parrot Race, St. Augustine. 1-0 is a strike call with a fastball. 1-1 to Blanchard. And a 1-1. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-2.
Fastball out of the strike zone. He chased it. Let's see if he comes back with his good breaking pitch right here, 1-2.
Ball and 2 strikes. As Blanchard gets back in. Next one is on the way. Swinging a foul back. We'll do it again. 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 2 hit batters for Cornelius in this game. CJ ready in pitching. And a swing and a miss, a good breaking ball to get him for out number 1. Only the 2nd strikeout, and he gets Blanchard to start the 5th inning.
Now, on the play for the Tigers, first baseman, number 7, Rue Guerra.
Rue Guerra bats. He has a base hit and a run scored. He's flying to left. He stands in from the right side. The pitch. That's a strike called. It's 0-1. On Guerra. And another. Swinging a hard hit ground ball to third. It's picked by Robinson. His throw is wide again. And another error. And plenty of time to make the throw. Just didn't make it accurately. And that hurts. That's 3 errors now on the Purple Knights.
Sometimes when young players, high school kids and younger, and even some college kids, if they got time to think about the throw, that becomes an issue. Sometime if they got to, just make the play and throw the ball, they do a much better job. But something hit that hard right at him, he had time to think about it.
That's a strike called. It's 0-1. And what happens is, the pitcher is taxed. He has to make more and more pitches, and he has to pitch with people on base. It makes it that much tougher.
That's exactly right.
No balls in a strike. Here's another, gonna bunt, and he bunts it nicely toward third. If it's fair, it's a hit. It's a hit. Base hit. Beautiful bunt by Robert, who's on for the third straight time and has 2 hits in the game.
Perfect bunt.
Sets up the inning. There's Tillett. Fielder's choice grounder, and he's reached on an error and scored a run. Another opportunity for the Tigers to try to add to a 1-run lead. Cornelius will stretch and pitch, and that just missed down and out, 1-0.
I mean, that was a perfect bunt. There was no way they were throwing him out.
Ball and no strikes. That misses down and out. It's 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. Opportunity here for Tillett. And the 2-0 runner goes from second, pop foul back. Out of play. He was running on his own. The runner at first did not break. And it's 2-1.
And the shame of it is that unless it was a hit and run that we're not aware of, but, you know, if that runner sees that, I mean, if that batter sees that runner and he was obviously going to be safe, he's got to take that pitch. He's got to take that pitch to give him a chance to get to third base.
Long look. Longer look, and the pitch high. So it's 3-1 now on Tillett. Favorable count here. 3 balls and a strike. Scoreboard has it wrong, but it's 3-1. There goes the runner again, and a swing and a ground ball toward third. Robinson's only play will be across the diamond to first. This time makes the throw, gets the out. Round number 2, the runners advance to second and third.
Now, if Holy Cross was not running on that play, the third baseman probably could have just stepped on third base and made the double play to first. Or maybe even going directly to second on that. So by Holy Cross sending their runners and moving the runners up, it kept them out of a possible double play.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. So second and third, 2 outs. Stretch and the pitch, and it is a strike called to Garretts, who has a base hit, and he also has a sacrifice fly RBI. 0-1 the count. And he just missed. It's 1-1. Ball and a strike. Stepping off. Now we'll toe the rubber. Second and third, 2 outs. And he missed down and away. Close but down, and it's 2-1.
Has not been a strike all night long.
And as I said from the beginning, the zone is tight, but it's been that way all night. But that does make for the longer game, doesn't it? 2-1 the count. Here it is. That's up and in. It's 3-1. Now you have a base open, but at the top of the order in Circovich on deck. 3 balls and a strike. Second and third, 1 out. 5-4 Tigers, top of the 5th. Ready now. The 3-1 pitch. A swing and a fly ball to center. Center fielder back. There. Can't get it. Goes over his head, and 2 runs are going to score. It's a 2-run double for Garretts. What productivity out of the 9-hole. He has a 3 RBI game, and the Tigers increase the lead to 7-4.
Well, folks, that ball was crushed because it didn't go directly into the wind, but it went pretty far into the wind. What is that, 390 in center field? It probably went 380.
Yep.
And the center fielder couldn't run it down. I'm sure he kept thinking that it was going to die.
Yeah, I mean, he was kind of drifting, though.
Yeah, right.
He didn't. I don't know if he saw well or not, but he didn't run to the spot. He just thought he was going to get there, and he never did.
That's right.
Here's Sirkovich, hit by pitch twice, is 0 for 1. He takes a strike. It's 0-1. Big 2-out, 2-run single there.
Yeah, that ball was hit.
Runner goes, big break, and no chance unless he overslides the bag. Safe at third. So a stolen base for the runner. I think that's happy. We'll double check that. Courtesy runner. So runner at third with 2 outs as a result. And the pitch missed away.
Tell you what, I mean, Holy Cross has impressed me this inning running the bases. Stealing third base twice.
2-1. And another. Swinging a foul back at a good cut. And it's 2-2. Happy indeed at third. The courtesy runner. The pitch, swinging a foul out of play. Let's do it again.
Another good curveball. Fought that one off. Good at bat here. And Cornelius is still throwing his strikes, doing a good job.
Another pitch, missing down and out, so now it's 3-2. Tiger bullpen has been busy for a while. St. Aug bullpen has been up and down. 3-2 the count. Cornelius' pitch count really mounting. Could very well be his last inning.
I agree. I was thinking the same thing.
And he went around strike 3. Called him out anyway. So it's strike 3 called and the inning is over. But Holy Cross comes up big. They get the 2 runs in the inning. They do it on 2 hits, a big error, and leave a runner on base. They've left 6. Bottom of the 5th coming, and the Tigers now have a little breathing room at 7-4 over St. Aug. Big 2-out, 2-run double, wasn't it?
Yes. And like I said, I mean, that ball was hit into the wind, and it just kept carrying. I think the center fielder thought he had a beat on it and just kept kind of drifting with it, and then all of a sudden it was over his head. Ball was hit.
That's 103 pitches for Cornelius, so I don't know if we'll see him again in the 6th.
Well, I mean, he certainly has deserved the better fate tonight.
Well, the errors have really hurt him here in this game. Not only ran up his pitch count, but cost him runs.
Right. I mean, what's he got? He's got 3 earned out of the 7.
Well, the 4 in the second inning were all earned.
Okay.
Well, I mean, 3 were. I'm sorry, 3 of the 4 were earned in the second inning. And unearned in the 4th. And unearned in the 5th. Yep. So 3 earned runs.
Now, coming to the plate.
3-run lead for the Tigers going to the bottom of the 5th. Aiden Castillo leads it off. He singled and struck out. 75 pitches for Andre. Tonight's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by the Lamarck Motor Company in Kenner. Lamarck Lincoln is the only Lincoln Black Label dealership in the market. It's more than ownership. It's membership. Must be a reason. Pitch on the way. Missed inside. Ball 1 to Castillo. 1 for 2 with a base hit.
Now, at some point in time now, I mean, St. Aug may have to go to taking a strike and make Andre throw more pitches.
Just outlast him. Swinging a fly ball to right. Hanging up, right fielder over near the foul line and out of play. Just over the chain link fence. into the bullpen area of the Tigers, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, just kept drifting, and it got over.
Ball and a strike.
You need base runners. You're facing a stud pitcher. So at some point in time, you got to say, well, I got to get base runners somehow. So maybe we need to, start taking a pitch because it's awful hard. I know they did it earlier, but it's awful hard to get 4 or 5 straight hits to get runs in.
1-1 the count, and he went around. That's a strike, and it's 1-2. Bullpen action for the Tigers. Hayden Derbies is throwing. 1-2 the count. And he missed it. It's 2-2. Purple Knight bullpen busy. Has to be with Cornelius at 103 pitches. 2-2 pitch. Chopper foul third base side. Let's do it again as Castillo hangs tough.
Did they change the pitch count this year? Is it still?
No, it's 115.
115. Okay, I thought there was some consideration of going to 125.
115.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't send him back out. I'd get somebody else out.
2-2 the count. And another pitch. Ground ball left side. Tough chance. That's going to be an infield hit. They'll never throw him out from there. So Castillo gets the inning started with a good at bat. His second hit of the game. And here come the Purple Knights.
For the Purple Knights, left fielder, number 17, Jaden Jackson.
Jaden Jackson will bat. He's flied to left and he's walked. We know we're going to get a courtesy runner for the catcher, and we will. That's going to be Rashad Nance, who ran earlier for Castillo. So Nance checks in at first. He was caught stealing earlier in the game. Here's Jackson. Time call. Left-handed hitter stands in. Pitch on the way. Swinging a foul. It's 0-1. No balls and a strike.
We have a little rugrat that's joining us in the booth here.
0-1 the count. That's a ball, and it's 1-1. One and one the count. Next pitch. Breaking ball. Just missed the outside edge. And it's 2-1. Tried to backdoor him there.
Oh, it's a tough pitch to take there.
2 balls and a strike. That's down in. A nice pick by the catcher, Garrett's, and it's 3-1 on Jackson. He needs to be selective here, down 3 with a 3-1 count. He takes the strike. He was, and he took a fastball. So now it's full 3-2, but you don't mind that when you're down 3 runs.
No, absolutely not, you know.
In the 5th inning, it's 3-2. See if they want to start the runner 3-2. Nance at first. Stretch. He is not going, and a swing and a chopper to short. Pellegrin to second. That's 1. Back to first, and got him! Called him out, a double play. 6-4-3, twin killing, 2 gone. Big turn there.
Well,
did not start the runner, and
right.
There you
go.
Needless to say, I am a great coach with 20/20 hindsight. Should have started the runner.
Oh, yeah, right. Here's Mekhi McCollum, who batted twice, struck out twice. He kind of started and stopped once or twice. Down and out, ball 1. 1-0 is swung on, foul tipped into the mitt, and it's 1-1.
Still has great velocity.
He does.
He's upper 80s at least.
And the 1-1 pitch coming. Breaking ball, fly ball to right. Won't carry today. Here's Ruiz, and he makes the catch, and the inning is over. No runs it in, nobody left. We go to the 6th. It is still Holy Cross 7 and St. Augustine 4. There, Wesley Barrow, as Andrade gets through the inning safely.
Got him up and out.
Waiting to see who emerges to pitch here. I think it's going to be Cornelius who's going to come back and pitch in the 6th.
He's coming back out?
Well, maybe not. Maybe he's going to the field.
Okay, yeah.
So it looks like we're going to have a pitching change for St. Augustine. Xander Brady, who was throwing in the bullpen, is going to take over. So Brady will get the ball to start the 6th inning. Cornelius 5 innings, the 7 runs, but only 3 were earned while he was in there. 7 hits allowed. He walked 1, struck out 3, and hit a couple. And now we get Xander Brady into the game for the Purple Knights. Brady will take his warm-up tosses. Brady has made 4 appearances, 1 start. He's 0-0 with a 2.25 earned run average. In 9 1/3 innings, he's allowed 6 hits, 4 runs, and 3 earned. He's walked 6, struck out 10 in the 9 1/3 innings. And the right-hander takes his warm-up tosses.
Xander Brady.
Brady warms up.
And he's kind of between 3/4 and sidearm. So it's we'll see if the different arm angle gives the Tiger hitters some trouble or not.
They head to the bottom of the 6th at Harahan Playground. Jesuit 4 and John Curtis Christian 3. Bellamar beat Warren Easton 16-0. Here it's 7-4 Holy Cross over St. Augustine. So we go to inning number 6, scheduled for 7.
Now, coming to play for the Tigers, right fielder 2, Greg Ruiz.
Greg Ruiz leads it off. Fly to center, grounded out, and reached on an error. Four errors in the game have hurt the Purple Knights. Here's Ruiz, and here's the pitch. And that is a strike. It's 0-1.
Well, that's what the reliever's got to do. He's got to come out and throw strikes. So it's a good start.
And it's 1-1.
I mean, his job tonight is just to come out and hold Holy Cross right there to give the Knights a chance to come back and make this a ball game.
1-1 misses way outside and low. It's 2-1.
All right, got to put the ball in play here. Cannot let it get to 3-1.
2-1 from Brady. Got the call over the outside edge. It's 2-2. A little bit of a crossfire guy from the right side.
Yep.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball liner in the right. That's going to drop for a base hit. That ball was sinking all the way, and the wind's knocking it down anyway, so it's a leadoff single for Ruiz. He's off for the second straight time with his first hit. The Tigers trying to build an inning and really expand this lead. Here's Pellegrin, best hitter, but he's 0 for 3, and see if he comes up big here. He struck out and flat out twice. The ball was sinking all the way. So
yeah, it looked like he hit it off the end of the bat.
Swinging a pop-up a mile high. Right fielder coming in. Second baseman out. Wynn working on it. Nice play by the second baseman, Dylan Robinson. That ball was pushed all over the place. He had to go a long way, and he made a nice play. 1 out.
It was like a running back that changed positions and changed directions. He goes, let's see, he backs up, goes one direction, has to come back about 30 feet the other direction. That's a tough play.
Quite good. Very difficult. Here's Will Andre, 2 hits, and he scored a run, 2 for 3. The pitcher for the Tigers takes it up and in, ball 1. Want to know the count? Tiger dugout making a lot of noise. Up 3 here. The pitch. Missing down and out. It's 2-0.
Don't know if that was a breaking pitch or if he was trying to throw a changeup there. It was a great spot.
John Curtis Christian has rallied and take the lead. 5-4 over Jesuit. Wow. Going to the 7th inning scheduled for 7 at Harahan Playground. Runner goes. The pitch is down. No throw. And a stolen base for Ruiz.
Nothing the catcher could do on that. The ball was in the dirt. He did the best he could. In fact, looks like he hurt his wrist a little bit.
That's the 4th stolen base for the Tigers, and it's a 3-0 count. The pitch is a strike called. It's 3-1. In the 6th, 7-4. Holy Cross leading, trying to grow the lead here with a runner in scoring position. And a swing and a fly ball a mile high into right. Watch the wind work on this. Second baseman out. Right fielder in. Right fielder takes control and making the catch is Thornton. He had to come about 5 feet from the infield turf to make the catch. That's how the wind's blowing it in.
I mean, that's a great job at a right fielder, because I don't care how often you do it. It is still a tough play for the second baseman and for an infielder to back up on a ball like that, particularly with the wind blowing it back to the infield.
Ryder Blanchard has a base hit and a run scored. He's popped out and struck out. So he bats with a runner, 2nd and 2 outs. The pitch. Swing and a fly ball in the left center. Left fielder toward the gap. Still going. He's there. Making the catch is the left fielder, Jackson. And I believe he caught it, didn't he? I mean, everybody's waiting.
Yeah.
He caught the ball. I'm not sure what the runner's still running around the bases, but he caught the ball. The glasses are on the ground, the cap's on the ground, but he caught the baseball. Umpire says, yep, he caught it. So the innings are over. No runs in the hit. The runner's stranded. Holy Cross has left 1 in 5 straight innings. And they've left 7 in the game. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 7-4 Tigers on top of the Purple Knights as Brady puts up a shutout inning in relief.
Yeah, good job that it didn't come out and just throw strikes. That's what your reliever has to do.
And Andrade will return to the mound. He's had 89 pitches through 5. Again, 115 to limit. So if he can get himself a pretty quick inning here, he could pitch into the 7th. He only had 3 batters face him in the 5th inning. He only had 4 batters face him in both the 3rd and 4th inning. So he's really settled into this game after that rough 2nd inning he had.
Right. I am just not a fan of the pitch count. Not a fan of it. You know, you never see a kid have to dig deep to see what he has left. You know, I don't know. I know that there's a lot of hurt arms, but the pitch count does not seem to have solved the hurt arm problem. Kids are still getting injured left and right. So I'll get off my soapbox.
No, I think both things can be true. I think they put the rule in to protect young men, and I like that. That part of it's true. The other part's also true. You still have the injuries. So
right.
DH number 20, Derek Mercadale.
Mercadale will lead it off here in the 6th. And loosening with a purpose in the bullpen for Holy Cross is Hayden Derbies. He's been up a few times. And he'll get it started here. So Derbies warms up. Andrade ready to go to work. Derek Mercadal leads it off. He has singled and scored, and he has flied to left. And the hitter stepped out at the last second, and they gave him time.
Yeah, that was a little ridiculous. The umpire does not have to give him time, and the pitcher was already starting his windup, and he gave it to him anyway. That's unusual.
And that's a strike call. 2-1 to Mercadal. Andrade, 90th pitch of the game. Oh, one pitch. Over but high, 1-1. Had a little tail to it. On the outer edge.
Both these pitches, Cornelius and Andre, have done a great job, and their fastballs move all over the place. They have great movement.
There is a ball, and it's 2-1.
Great curveball, just missed. And he throws a hard-breaking curveball. Doesn't have the big loop.
2 balls and a strike. And there's a strike, and it's 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2. Chopper toward first. Pitcher's got to get there. The flip, and he got there. Good job by Andre to hustle over there, and he just beat the runner, Mercadal. That's well done.
No matter how often you work on that play, it is still tough to execute. I mean, we work on it every week. We work on with my little 11-year-old team, the New Orleans Spice. You know, we work on pitchers covering first base all the time, and in a ball game, we'll still screw it up. Of course, they're only 11, you know. But still, I mean, that's a tough play.
They executed it well. Here's Zach Thornton. He's reached on an error and scored, and he's fly to center. Andre's first pitch. Right down the middle. It's 0-1. Well delivered to get ahead. No balls and a strike. The pitch just missed outside. It's 1-1.
Great spot. I'm really watching the catcher move in and out. And Andre has been doing a great job of hitting wherever the catcher is, wherever the glove is.
1-1 the count, the pitch, and a swing and a foul. It's 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes on Thornton. He's back in. And the 1-2, look out, missed inside. And it's 2-2. Playing the hit to the outfield and center. And it's short, although the right fielder has him to pull. Big gap in right center. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Backdoor breaking ball struck him out.
Pretty pitch. Had him set up. He went fastball away. Then he came in fastball in, and then did a great job on the backdoor curveball.
So 2 gone now, and the batter will be Dylan Robinson. Robinson has reached on an error and scored, and he struck out swinging. And down and out, ball 1. So a ball and no strikes. The 1-0. Fastball strike, it's 1-1. Andre trying to get out of this quickly to see if he can start the 7th. A ball and a strike. Will is ready, and he delivers. That's outside and low. And it is 2-1. puts him at 102. If he can get him out quickly, he can start the next inning.
Correct.
Here's the 2-1 pitch, but he yanks it away. It's 3-1.
Then, of course, you're trying to throw that last strike. Then you start aiming it instead of just staying as you've been doing.
Yep.
Just nice and smooth and just get out of here. If you come out for the next inning, great. If not, great too.
3-1 is fouled back. It's full 3-2 on Dylan Robinson. Talented young player. Saw him last year, and he's progressed even more. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs, nobody on. John Curtis Christian defeated Jesuit 5-4. That's a final.
Wow.
Rallied in the 6th to get it done.
So they swept Jesuit or they split?
No, split.
They split.
3-2 the count. Payoff pitch on the way. And he just missed. Andrade wanted it, didn't get it. And a ball, and let's see if a move is made here. CJ Cornelius will bat. Derby's in the bullpen, is ready if needed. A visit to the mound, and I think the move is going to be made. It will, and that'll do it for Will Andrade after 5 2/3 innings. Should get a nice hand. He really battled after struggling early, pitched well later, and really gave his team a good chance to win this game.
Well, I mean, he struggled. You know, he walked the leadoff hitter, and then that guy wound up coming around and scoring. But then after that, it was really a matter of his defense not playing defense behind him for an inning. And it cost him to throw probably 20, 25 more pitches, which does not show up in the scorebook except in the number of pitches.
Tigers, number 19, Hayden Derbies.
Hayden Derbies takes over for the Tigers. So Derbies to the mound. Derbies has made 4 appearances, all in relief, no record. A 1.31 earned run average, no saves. He's only pitched 5 1/3 innings. 4 hits, 1 run earned. He's walked 1 and struck out 3. So limited work for Derbies, but he gets some important work here.
Gets a chance tonight.
Chance for a save. So Derbies finishing his warm-up tosses. And taking his warm-up tosses. Right-handed hurler. Tigers up 7-4. Purple Knights with a runner at first here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Purple Knights trying to stage a 2-out rally. Give themselves an opportunity here.
Oops, something happened.
I don't know what happened there. I mean, player has gone down and he's laying down. He is moving. Boy, I don't like that at all. I'm not sure what happened.
Well, the first baseman was throwing ground balls to him.
Is that what happened? He hit him? I mean, I don't know.
I wonder if...
Stretching out the left leg. There's a lot of pain there. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I'm not sure what happened. It's the right leg. I'm not sure what happened. I was not watching that, Kenny. And I'm not sure.
I saw the trainer running out there. I'm like, well, who is she going to? And I turned around and saw the third baseman on the ground.
And he's walking around, which is good news.
Well, he ain't walking well.
Colin Tellett, he's trying to walk it off.
Looks like a hamstring or upper calf.
Yeah, I mean, it's the right leg, that's for sure. He's taking ground ball now. So he got off a good throw, but he's still limping around noticeably.
Yes.
He wants to stay in the game. He keeps grabbing at it, and that's...
I wonder if it's a cramp.
Yeah, you know, that it's possible, although it's not a warm night with the wind out there. It's interesting. Regardless, he's staying in. That's good. And we get Cornelius to the plate. Who's singled twice, 2 for 2, facing Derbies for the first time, and time call. This game is over 2 hours old. This has been a slow game.
Well, when there's probably 7 errors between the two teams, or what seems like 7 errors.
Shows bunt. Takes it inside. He was taking all the way. And it's 1-0.
Well, that's what I was talking about earlier, where, when do you start taking a strike to try and get base runners? Now, Andre did a good job. I mean, it seemed like, the last 2 or 3 innings, he was doing a great job of having every hitter 0-1 or 1-2 or something like that.
And it's 2-0. 6 errors committed in the game. 2 by Holy Cross, 4 by St. Augustine. 2 balls and no strikes. And there's a strike, taking all the way. It's 2-1. Well, they were able to outlast Andre. Now, can St. Aug do something with it with 2 outs? Runner goes. Pitch is swung on and foul. Boy, he had that base stolen.
Yes.
Foul way out of play. It's 2-2. And a big jump. But has to return to first. As Cornelia steps out. Again, this is a night where you're not going to get it out of here. We did see one long double earlier. Now the umpires want to talk. I'm not sure what this is about. Whatever it was, they've settled it quickly.
Maybe he had to check his count. Don't know. Could have been anything.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's settled. It's done. It's 2-2 with a runner at first and 2 outs. And another. Swinging a ground ball to short. Pellegrin missed the ball. And everybody's safe. And another error. Third of the game by the Tigers opens the door. And you flip the top of the order, and the dangerous Kenyon Hughes to the plate.
Well, again, I'm old school on that. The new thought is, come run through the ball. We were taught growing up and playing that you break down and you catch the ball and then throw. I don't know. I just think if he breaks down and feels that, he has the guy at first base. But
here's Hughes with 2 on 2 outs, and that is a breaking ball low. 1-0. Hughes is singled. He's walked twice. He's stolen 2 bases as well. And a chance here for a 2-out rally. Ball and no strikes. Wind has howled all night. The pitch way high, and it's 2-0. This is what's happened all night. Plays not made, innings extended, more pitches made.
Yep.
Two balls and no strikes. Runners lead. Pitch on the way. Taking all the way, and it's a strike. And it's 2-1. Good pitch by Derby. Two balls and a strike, 2 on, 2 outs. Long look. And another. Had missed away. Off speed pitch, and it's 3-1.
If you walk this guy, now you put the tying run on the bases.
3 balls and a strike.
When you should have been in the dugout.
It gets more interesting by the moment. See if he's swinging or taking here on 3-1 the pitch. Takes ball 4. Hughes is on for the 4th straight time, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. And here comes the Tulane signee, Bryce Robinson. Robinson is 0 for 3. He's grounded out 3 times, stolen a base.
And let me tell you, if there's a ball hitting the gap here, Hughes is scoring from first base.
And here comes visit to the mound. Coach Benura heading that way. And they'll have a long talk. Kenny Benura. Have to qualify which Benura. You got Kenny, the pitching coach. You got Cal, the head coach. And tomorrow they're playing Rummel, and Rummel's got Chip Benura coaching for Frank Gazzo. So the Benura family will have a reunion tomorrow when they play at Mike Miley Stadium.
Well, I can tell you, Chip Benura is as good a young coach as there is around, and I think any school that has an opening for a head coach is silly to not try and get Chip Benura.
Frank Gazzo would like to keep him. I know that.
Oh, I know that too.
Bryce Robinson to the plate, the big spot. With the bases loaded, 2 outs, facing Hayden Derbies for the first time. The stretch, the pitch, and there's a good breaking ball for a strike. Derbies gets ahead. That's so important.
That's right.
To throw strike 1.
That's absolutely right. And of course, the running joke is, what's the best pitch in baseball?
Strike 1. Not a joke. It's real.
Yep.
0-1 the count. Runners on every base with 2 outs. And the pitch on the way. Missing away with a breaking ball. So it's even at a ball and a strike on Robinson. 7-4 Tigers. Bottom of the 6th inning. Ball and a strike. And another. Swing and a drive down the left field line. It's hooking. It is foul by about 2 feet.
Not
you
by
can see
much.
it was hooking, and you kind of had the feeling it would go foul. Had it not, I think we're talking about a tie game. But it's a loud foul ball, and now Derbies is ahead, a ball and 2 strikes.
St. Aug's leadoff hitter Hughes, when the ball hit the ground, he was at shortstop. So if that ball is fair, it's a tied ball game.
Yeah, it was fouled by about 2 feet.
Yeah.
Robinson back to the plate, reclaims his bat. Runners back to every base. 1-2 the count. Derbies is ready. Derbies from the stretch and to the plate. Breaking ball popped up. Foul, left side. Third baseman over. He's out of room. And we'll do it again. Every pitch matters, right? Holding it 1-2.
No question about it.
Like those kind of games, don't you?
No, coach, as a pitcher, I don't like those kind
Oh,
of
I understand. But in this league, you get these kind of games a lot.
You can get that kind of game all the time. Such great competition, such great traditions. I mean, just holy cow.
Holding it 1-2. From the stretch, runners lead every base. And the pitch is on the way. Look out! He hit him! And a run will score, and it's a 7-5 game, and the train keeps moving. Robinson gets an RBI, his second of the game. His brother Dylan scores. Cornelius to third. On to second base goes Hughes. Here comes a visit to the mound. We might have another pitching change. They've had a pitcher throwing in the bullpen. The run is charged to Andrade, and that's going to be all for this pitcher, and I think we're going to get Jacob Stevens into the game. So the error opened the door. You've got a walk, an error, a walk, and a hit batter. How about that for a rally?
Yep.
It's tough to defend that, buddy.
Well, I mean, that's what happens. I mean, that's why this is such a great game. You hear St. August scored a run this inning, and they don't have a hit.
The run is unearned, of course. It's a 7-5 ball game. And the 3 unearned runs in the second, and the unearned run here. And now Stevens takes over in a tough spot, seeing if he can find his way out of this. Stevens has been good. Stevens has made 8 appearances, no record, but an outstanding 1.24 ERA with 1 save. In 11 1/3 innings, he's allowed only 6 hits, 2 runs earned with 7 walks, 12 strikeouts for the left-hander, Jacob Stevens. Close the book on Andrade. 5 runs, but only 1 earned.
That's tough to pitch.
Derby's no innings officially, with a walk and a hit batsman. And it was had an error behind him. And now Stevens. Tiger fans pacing around as things get dicey, right? Purple Knight fans hoping for a rally that continues. Remember, this all happened with 2 outs, nobody on.
That's right.
Andre was in the count and walked Joan Robinson, and he exited the game. In came Derby. She had an error, and then a walk and a hit batter. And now Stevens is going to have to face a tough guy in Castillo. Aiden Castillo has 2 hits. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI.
And I didn't see Stevens throw a lot of strikes here in the warm-ups. I mean, he's got to come out throwing strikes right off the bat. He's got no place to put anybody.
He's a good pitcher. He's done a good job this season, and he's in there in a tough spot. Here we go with Castillo in the batter's box. Stevens will work from the stretch. Runners lead every base. Pitch is on the way, and a strike called. He gets ahead with a fastball.
Well, just seeing a left-hander is going to be a different look for the hitters, so I think that's a great move. After the 2 right-handers to go to the left-hander.
No balls and a strike. Stevens ready again. And pitching. Outside and high. 1-1. Anybody they show out there now is not going to look very fast after Andrade. He's their hardest thrower.
No.
A ball and a strike. Stevens obtaining the sign from Garrett's. Runners lead. Pitch on the way. Down and out. It's 2-1. Couple of non-competitive pitches after the strike.
Right. Got to put it in play here.
2 balls and a strike. Check of the runners. Pitch on the way. That's a strike, and it's 2-2. He popped the fastball in there. So now 2 balls, 2 strikes, and
not a bad move to have him taken there, 2-1.
Now this is the action pitch. He wants to make it happen here, Stevens, on 2-2. From the stretch, the 2-2 pitch, and a swing and a foul. Out of play right side. Keeps him alive at the plate, Castillo, with a 2-2 count. 7-5, Holy Cross, bottom of the 6th. Sign given, Stevens ready. Another 2-2. Outside, and now we get the merry-go-round.
Right, and now the bad part about this, if there's a gapper hit here, the guy from first can score. That should go ahead run.
Well, the base hit will certainly tie it now with the runners running on this play. Catcher to the mound, Garrett's to talk it over with Stevens. Make sure they're on the same page. 3-2 the count. Castillo a tough out at the plate. Runners will take off on 3-2. There they go. The pitch is a swing and a foul back. And a fastball. What a battle this is. We're about to see the 8th pitch of the at-bat.
I think he swung at ball 4 there. I thought that was a little bit up in his zone. But you got to swing and protect the plate there.
Watching that pitch again. It was around the letters, right over the plate. 2-2, or rather 3-2 the count. Runners will run again. On 3-2. And now the pitcher steps off. Tried to draw a balk, didn't get it. He stepped off. As the runner at first was trying to draw his attention, he did. He stepped off legally.
Now you know that Holy Cross could put a great pickoff play on here. When a pitcher kicks up, the first baseman breaks to the bag, and they do a backdoor pickoff move.
A back pick. First baseman playing back, obviously. Runner taking liberties over there. Payoff pitch, and it's ball 4. He missed, just missed. Up and away.
I thought it was ball 4.
And it's a 7-6 ball game. We'll judge it for ourselves watching again here.
Jaden Jackson.
So it's a 7-6 ball game on the bases loaded walk. That was a close pitch. Didn't get the call. Could have gone either way.
I thought it was off the plate, and it may have even been up.
Yep, and it is a walk, and Castillo with a great at-bat makes it a 7-6 ball game. And I think Stevens is going to leave. And we'll see what happens. Andre looks like he's back out there playing the infield now, because they might bring Pellegrin in. Let's see what happens. I think that's what's happening here. So it's going to be Pellegrin to the mound. So we'll look at the alignment here. It's Pellegrin to the mound. It's Andrade at third. And it's Blanchard at short now. So they move people around. So Andrade third, Blanchard short, and
all this
looks
started.
Looks like they move
Yeah.
Tellett to second base. So Tellett at second base and Andrade at third as they move people everywhere. And again, the shortstop is Blanchard. So there you go. And Pellegrin is the pitcher. As we make all the changes here. Keep up with the scorecard. And now we get Dom Pellegrin to see if he can stop this inning. Pellegrin, 3 appearances, no record, no earned run average, and 2 saves, which leads the team. He's only worked 2 2/3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and 5 strikeouts for Dom. So limited appearances, but he's been effective, and he's in there now to try to stop this and keep a 1-run lead. Easier said than done.
You're not kidding.
The run was charged at Derbies.
All started with a 2-out error. Nobody on, 2 outs.
So Pellegrin, the 4th pitcher of the game for the Tigers. Everything with 2 outs and nobody on. And now Jaden Jackson, a cleanup hitter. He slid to left, grounded into a double play, and walked. With the game on the line. 7-6 in the bottom of the 6th. Jackson will stand in with the bases loaded. Away we go. From the stretch to the plate, and there's a fast strike. It's 0-1. Pellegrin comes in and gets one in there. No balls and a strike.
That's a good start. That's what you got to do.
Here's the 0-1. Over, but he hasn't called that pitch all night. At the letters, he won't call it. It's 1-1.
He hasn't done it all night long.
Ball and a strike. I mean, he's been consistent.
That's right.
But he's not called that a strike all night. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a fly ball to center. Should end the inning. Center fielder is there. Putting it away. Sirkovich, and Pellegrin gets out of it. Purple Knights get 2 runs on the inning without the benefit of a hit. 1 error, strand 3. Purple Knights have left 7. Let's go to the 7th, and it's 7-6. Holy Cross over St. Augustine. Wow. Well, we got to give Pellegrin credit there, Ken.
Yeah, redeemed himself by coming in and getting that final out. Just came in and did his job. Threw 4 pitches, got to fly out to end the inning. What I'm always concerned about is a young pitcher coming in and throwing a curveball in the dirt with the go-ahead run on third base. And he came in and threw a couple of fastballs and jumped ahead and did a good job of getting that last out.
And now it's Brady back to the mound as we enter the 7th, trying to keep it a 7-6 game. So Brady getting ready for the 7th. He pitched to score the 6th, gave up a leadoff single to Ruiz, and then got 3 straight outs.
Number 7.
Rube Guerra will start the 7th. Guerra has singled and scored, reached on an error and scored, and flied out. 1 for 3 officially. Here's Guerra. First pitch on the way. Fastball, strike called, 0-1. Got the call over the outside edge. Oh, 1 pitch. Swing and a miss. He chased one way out of the zone, and it's 0-2.
That curveball that breaks a little bit different than the other pitcher was throwing. That was more of a slide across the plate. Didn't break down a lot, but it had a lot more break on it.
And now the 0-2 pitch, and a swing and a foul. Way out in front, yanks it foul down the left field side, out of play. And it remains no balls and 2 strikes. Tiger bullpen is busy again. They've already used 4 pitches in this one, and that's Pellegrin. Pellegrin's just staying loose out there. Remember, he had to come into the game as a position player, so he's just getting loose like a normal pitcher would now. Made his big pitches and got out of the last inning, with his team still ahead by 1. Another 0-2 pitch. Outside and high, 1-2. One, 2. Swing and a miss. He threw it by him. Round number 1.
Good pitch. Looked like it had a lot of movement down on his fastball.
Number 10, Luke Appy.
Good pitch.
So here's Luke Appy gets the at-bat. But all the changes that were made, he entered the game in the outfield. Appy was run a few times tonight. Throwing a base to first base, easy chance, and 2 outs. So got him on 1 pitch. He unassisted, 2 gone.
On the plate for the Tigers. Third baseman, number 20, Colin Tillett.
Tillett will bat. And he is 0 for 3, though he's reached on an error and scored a run. Pitch away, ball 1 from Brady.
Brady has come on, and other than giving up that leadoff single last inning, he's done a good job of throwing strikes and putting the ball in play.
Way outside, it's 2-0.
And he did what he had to do. You know, he had to hold Holy Cross where they were.
So 2 balls and no strikes. Visit to the mound by Castillo. It's been that kind of game, that kind of night. Already over 2.5 hours for a 7-inning game and counting. And he misses away, so it's 3-0. We'll take a pitch here.
Maybe 2.
Took a strike, it's 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. That's in there, so he's taking all the way. And it's full 3-2. And the thought process there is 3-2 pitch will be as good as the 3-1.
That's right.
And there's nobody on and 2 outs, trying to start something. Here comes the payoff pitch on the way. And he fouled it back to stay alive. And fans reacting to every pitcher. It's a great night. Really good crowd. Heck of a game.
Right, there's been too many errors in the game, but what a great competitive game by both sides. Leaving it out on the field tonight.
And another payoff pitch, and a swing and a miss. He struck him out. What a job Xander Brady's done. He's retired 6 in a row to give his team a chance.
That's right.
Purple Knights celebrate. They have one more shot. Bottom of the 7th coming. Holy Cross holding on to a 7-6 lead over St. Augustine. Well, here we go, Kenny.
Well, got a couple of chest bumps there as he came off the field. If they hit me that hard, they'd be bringing me to the hospital. Good Lord.
Pellegrin back to the mound. Enjoying all of the people watching tonight. We thank you for doing this. We bring this to you all the time. Streaming games since 2012. We've done it free for our audience. We have always tried to service the public in every way imaginable, relying on our valued advertisers to make that possible, for which we're extremely grateful.
Well, I think it's great also that, you're getting on 106.7. I think that's outstanding.
Oh, it's been great to make the move at All Sports, the ticket, 106.7. I'm on from 2 to 4 every Monday through Friday and 10 to noon on Saturday. And again, local sports talk for 5-6 hours a day. And great network sports talk from Fox Sports. And we are the home of Tulane football and basketball, the home of University of New Orleans basketball and baseball, and of course high school sports all the time. True blessing. Purple Knights in the bottom of the 7th. And McCall due up, but he's not going to hit here. It doesn't appear. This is going to be number 9, and that's Isaiah Fields who's going to bat. So Isaiah Fields will hit for the Purple Knights. Fields.
Purple Knights. Number 9, Isaiah Fields.
His first at-bat of the game. So the right-handed hitting Fields getting the call here. Fields at 254, no homers, and 12 driven in on the season. A right-handed hitter for the Purple Knights. Stands in against Pellegrin. Got the big out to end the last inning with the bases loaded. Stretching and pitching. And he delivers a fast strike. It's 0-1.
And that's why Pellerin's been effective as a reliever with the 2 saves. He's just coming in and throwing strikes.
He's ready once more with the 0-1 pitch. Here it is. Right down the middle. It's 0-2. Comes in, pumping strikes, working quickly, looks confident. 0-2 the count. He's ready. He is pitching. And a ground ball up the middle. Second baseman gets there. Sets and throws. He's safe at first. And infield hit. Beat it out.
Well, let me tell you what the second baseman did wrong. That ball brought him to his right, and all you got time to do is rock and throw. He took a little bit of a crow hop, and the throw was late.
It's an infield hit. He just beat the wrap. Fields gets the job done, and now the Purple Knights have the tying run on with nobody out, and Baron Ray wants to talk it over. Looks like he's sending up another pinch hitter to bunt here. That's what the appearance is. We'll check it out. Or maybe not. It's going to be Mercadal. But he's talking to Mercadal about what they want to do. Talking to the runner, talking to the hitter, making Pellegrin wait, and he has to stay loose by throwing with his third baseman. Pellegrin might have tipped that ball.
Could have.
But it went right to Gillette, and he made the accurate throw, but took a little too long with speed and Fields.
You know, on a ball taking you away from the base, and I work on it with my little ones all the time. On a ball taking you away from first base, you don't have time to crow hop. All you got to be able to do is rock and throw as quick as you can. Don't take that extra step.
And now Isaiah Fields with 18 steals is at first base out of 21. Would they risk running here down 1 in the 7th? Or will they bunt? We'll see how they play it. Mercadal,
maybe
1 for 3 with a single. He scored a run.
Maybe
he's showing bunt early. Runner bluffs, doesn't go. Pitches high and away. 1-0. They've bluffed all night, though.
Yeah.
Trying to draw throws, trying to get the attention There's the lead. Shows bunt early. Bluffs, doesn't go, and he bunts it in the air. Oh, it's just out of the reach of Garrett's, and it's 1-1. About a foot away from Garrett's. He went after it, so did Andrade from third. A ball and a strike on Mercadal. From the stretch, throw to first, runner back. Stretch again, shows bunt early. Runner goes, the pitch is bunted. Catcher will make the play to first for the sacrifice. Second baseman takes the throw, a 2-4 put out, and one out. Started the runner and still bunted. A run and bunt more so than a bunt run.
Right.
Tying run at second, one out. Well, Holy Cross is glad to take the out. And now it's Thornton trying to deliver for the Purple Knights. They didn't go with the straight steal there. So Thornton has reached on an error and scored. He's flat out struck out.
I thought he might have tried fake bunt and steal, make that catcher stay a little bit longer in that catcher's box.
Pitch is a fast strike. It's 0-1.
Yeah, it's all Pellerin is done when he's come in.
He's pumping strikes,
throwing
man.
Strikes.
Fastball strikes consistently. No balls in his strike. Pellegrin ready. Pitch on the way. Swinging a foul. Another good pitch, and now he's ahead of Thornton 0-2.
Now Pellerin may change it up here, but he went to a stretch, looked at the runner, went home. Went to the stretch, looked at the runner, go home. If he does it again, St. Aug could possibly time that steal to third base.
To the count. Here's the pitch on the way, and he struck him out looking with a great fastball. 2 outs. The Tigers right out away from a really tough win, but a good hitter in Dylan Robinson will bat. Came in at 353. He's 0 for 2. He's reached on an error and scored. He's walked and scored and struck out. Pellegrin working quickly and working confidently.
Oh yeah, he's ready to go.
The pitch on the way. Down and out, ball 1. 1-0. Swing a foul. It's 1-1. One and one the count. Runner at second, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th, 1-run game. Purple Knights trying to get the tying run. The pitch, swinging a foul, and now the Tigers are a strike away. It's 1-2 on Dylan Robinson. Who's back in? Away from second. Fields on 1-2. Here it is. Breaking ball fouled. And it holds at 1-2. Went to the hook there.
Not a good breaking pitch. He throws a better one than that. That stayed up in the zone, and fortunately it was the change of speeds is what made the hitter struggle more than the break on the pitch. I know he throws a better one than that.
Still 1-2. From the stretch to the plate, high, and it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Another on the way. Tap foul at the plate to stay alive.
This is a great at bat.
7th pitch of the at bat coming.
Yes, indeed.
Some battle.
Great ball game.
Tulane commit Dom Pellegrin says yes. Pickoff moved to second, threw it into center, but backed up. Center fielder alert. He's there to Sirkovich to make sure.
I mean, as it turned out, nothing wrong with that. You know, the runner now knows that they're not afraid to throw.
Hitter back in, 2-2 the count. Runner leads away from second. The pitch on the way. Missed away. And it's 3-2. What a battle between Pellegrin and Robinson here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tying run at second, bottom of the 7th inning. Payoff pitch on the way. And he took ball 4. What an at-bat by Dylan Robinson.
That's the great at-bat. That's the winning run.
So now C.J. Cornelius, the starting pitcher, will have his chance. He's been on all 3 times. He singled twice, reached on an error, and scored. He's on the hook, so he can get himself off the hook here with a big hit. First and second, 2 outs. From the stretch, Pellegrin to the plate. Strike call, fastball 0-1. Stretching again. Quickly, the pitch. Chopped up the middle of short. Shortstop makes the play at second. Blanchard handles it. Tigers win 7-6 over the Purple Knights. Pellegrin picks up his 3rd save. Nailed it down, and he was nails, Kenny. He was tough.
Well, he came in and just threw strikes. It was ahead of the count on every hitter and just did the job you got to do when you come in for, to relieve. You got to have ice water in your veins, to be able to come in big situations like that and be able to get people and be able to get good hitters out.
Some ball game, wasn't it?
I'm sorry?
Some ball game.
Oh, great ball game. Absolutely. I mean, both teams played hard. The momentum, I guarantee you, switched like 5 times. I mean, just great Catholic League baseball. Just what we expect. It is so great to see St. Augustine coming up and year in and year out coming up with competitive teams. And it just adds to the whole district. I am so pleased and proud of, the district that I played in about 100 years ago and how far it's come and, just goodness gracious. You can't beat it. Can't beat it at all.
Some ball game, and it goes final here as the Holy Cross Tigers defeat the St. Augustine Purple Knights by the score of 7-6 in a really thrilling ball game here this evening. Thoroughly enjoyed bringing it to you. The totals of the ball game: 7 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors, and 7 left for Holy Cross. 6 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors, and 9 left for St. Augustine. The winning pitcher, Will Andrade, he's now 10-1 with the victory. A save for Dom Pellegrin, and that's his 3rd of the season. The loser, C.J. Cornelius, and he drops to 1-2. The game taking 2 hours and 45 minutes to complete. Holy Cross wins it by the score of 7-6. Here this evening, the Tigers get to 21-4, 5-4 in District 9-5A. Purple Knights drop to 17-10 and 5-4 in District 9-5A. Kenny, some final thoughts about what we saw here this evening?
Well, you saw 2 teams that played their rear ends off in a great competitive ball game. Just the miscues are the only negative of the ball game. The pitchers battled. So impressed with Andrade and Cornelius and the job that Aug's reliever did.
Xander Brady, yeah.
Yes, did a great job. And, of course, the job that Pellegrin did coming in.
Pellegrin was outstanding. And you expect that from a guy of his caliber. And he performed when his team really needed him to in that situation. 2 good teams, good ball game. Fun to bring it to you. A 7-6 final here tonight as Holy Cross defeats St. Augustine. And tonight's coverage on Crescent City Sports brought to you by the Lamarck Motor Company in Kenner, and we appreciate Lamarck for their continued support. Want to thank you all for joining us tonight. And a reminder that next week on Crescent City Sports, we'll have full coverage of the LHSA Bowling Championships from Gonzales and Baton Rouge. Our coverage begins Wednesday with the girls' team final. Visit CrescentCitySports.com for a full schedule. Kenny, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, sir, for inviting me, and what a great ball game. It's always fun to work with you. For
our entire Crescent City Sports production team, and for Kenny for saying, I'm Ken Trahan saying thank you for joining us. Be a good sport. God bless you all. So long from Wesley Barrow. Good night, everyone.